following program features adults using adult language. You have been warned. I waited.
Damn it, he changed it again on me.
Welcome, everybody.
You have to watch him take a breath.
As soon as I start talking, then you did.
Yeah, as soon as he does the introduction, I just...
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Total Tabletop. This is HotA, Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and we are rocking Season 1 tonight, and we're on Episode 57. I am your humble Dungeon Master for the evening, DM Steelax, and it is hot as fuck in my room. I am sweating profusely. So if you just see me just pass out, somebody call an ambulance or something. Oh, I'm dying. All right, but we got our players. Let's get some introductions. Who are you? Where are you from? Who are you playing? Fun fact about yourself. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll go first. What's up, everyone? My name's Kyle, coming at you here from York, Pennsylvania. You know me better as everyone's favorite Halfling Bard, Finley Shenanigan, and I'm having a great night. All right, I got donuts that I just hounded down before we got started. Local maple donuts. I have a full belly. I have a hot coffee. I'm here with D&D friends. What more could you ask for, guys, on a Tuesday night? But fun fact about me is that I love donuts. There you go. As you can tell by my clean plate. Oh, fun fact about me, I eat donuts with a fork and knife. I'm not a cannibal or whatever the hell that is.
You're
Barbarian?
a goddamn
Barbarian, yeah.
No,
there
you're
you
a
go.
monster. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Do you know why there are holes in donuts, Kyle?
Why are there holes in donuts?
You have to Google it.
Fuck them.
No, I'm sorry.
What the hell?
They did for bagels the same reason. They used to not have them, but then the centers would be kind of doughy. They wouldn't cook all the way, so they started punching holes, so the whole thing would be cooked.
Oh,
Science.
there's something that I didn't know and really didn't need to, but now I do.
Oh, well, fuck you. Let's go to the next the next player, then. As Finley now has a lisp.
Damn it.
The
An
donut guy.
Irish lisp. Thanks.
God damn it.
I gotta start working on that there. Well, that's gonna be difficult. Go ahead, AJ.
Okay, hi everybody, my name is AJ. I play Rin Anaran, the High Elf Wizard of the party, and though I might not be as colorful and fun as Kyle can be, a little fun fact for us here is that it's so freaking hot no one would dare drink coffee at this time. Connor agrees with me because he's living in the heat right now too. So we think you're mad drinking coffee with a dryer on.
Yeah.
It's like 9:30 at night for him.
Yep.
9:30 for us is still going to be like, what, 70 degrees?
70.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Better.
Oh god, not better. That's just ugh.
I eat
We're in SoCal, by the way.
I eat donuts with a fork and knife, AJ. Nothing makes sense over
And
here.
apparently
in
we have
Pennsylvania.
unhealthy hair quality for sensitive groups too. Go us.
There you go. Okay.
That's a
Okay.
fun fact.
Next.
Is the air quality unhealthy because everyone's dying in California?
I think it's because it's Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday, and so every single place
God.
that could possibly serve tacos in the drive-thrus are being bombarded by car exhaust.
That's not air pollution. That's air quality. Okay.
Well, it's you've got
quality
the
air.
car gas and you've got the Mexican gas, and it's like all just.
I'm
working out.
Dylan Sierra, and I play
There it is.
Kurt's Glass.
Mexican food, like burritos and beans, that kind
And
of thing.
I play. Okay.
Was I delayed?
Did you
I played.
forget?
We're
your
off
time.
to a swimming
Fuck.
start tonight.
Yep. Take your time.
I play Kurt's Glaskin, the human fighter cleric, and a fun fact about me, God, I'm fluent in Russian. I'm not. That's a lie.
Okay. There we
Okay.
go.
I was intrigued.
I got a medium
pathological
intern there for a hot
liar.
second. There it is. That's a good one.
Yeah. No, I don't speak
That
Russian.
was a
I
fun
don't.
fable for you.
The Cyrillic alphabet does not look inviting.
Whoa.
Just shaking my dice up, guys. Just shaking my dice up.
You got
I see a
3?
lot of low numbers in there.
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
lot
not
more
good.
ones than 20s.
Anyway, hey everyone, my name is Connor Tibbs.
Save us, Tibbs.
Facts
Save us,
about...
Tibbs.
Oh god, and it has to be about me. You guys have been doing random facts in general.
Whatever. It's fine.
I had a fact about me.
It
You had
no,
one.
it wasn't.
Listen,
Either way, I play Urger Dropper.
Oh, he got a blindfold, folks.
And I
Oh,
can see through
nice.
a bit.
Nice segue. Well done. Way to save it, dude.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna go over the headphones. I think I'm gonna have to do the headphones off.
I asked for him to save us, and he did. He delivered. Well done. And he doesn't have headphones on, so he can't hear me praising his efforts. Oh.
Now we can just talk shit about him.
Yeah.
You won't hear
Ain't
anything.
it the way of
Everybody
things.
talks shit while he's not listening.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that. So dope.
It's nice.
Very cool.
I think it made me less red on the camera too.
I think it
it
did
Who the hell knows what this thing wants?
too. No, well, there's tips for the next 4 hours. Just buckle in. You look
Yeah.
great.
We'll see. I can't read my character sheet at all.
It's fine.
So,
We're the
you
ones who are
know,
getting eaten by lizards.
When I click something to attack, just assume that it's my longbow.
Fair enough. I dig it.
He starts lockpicking. Did I hit?
You're doing great. You're doing great, bud. Keep it up.
Awesome. All right. Announcements. We got a lot of really cool shows on the channel. Sorry about last week, skipping out on season 2. I was not feeling good at all and just decided to rest up instead of playing.
How are you feeling, Sean?
Better. Thank you for asking, Kyle. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. I care.
Um,
Inside.
But if you want to run through them real quick, AJ, what other shows that they could tune into, would be great.
Yes, so on Sunday we have Aegis Pass where I am the DM. I have Connor Kyle here that you can see with us, along with Scott, Kayla, and Cody joining us there at 6:30. Here, of course, we have HotA seasons 1 and 2, respectively, Tuesday, Wednesdays at 6:30 also p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Saturday with Day Spoon with Magic the Gathering Arena. Also, you guessed it, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's our time.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
And we
Don't
are
overcomplicate.
getting very close to starting the world building. I know that's been keep getting pushed off week after week. But we got some really good developments, and we're almost ready to start that. So that's also going to be on Saturdays, but it's going to be at 10 a.m. So it's not at 6:30 p.m. It is at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you join our Discord, link is down below. You guys can get some details and you hear when it actually goes live. We're also trying to get our guild game started up for our tier 3 subscribers. Again, Discord. If you miss any episodes, check out our YouTube. But let's just jump into tonight. But first, we need to get a recap from Connor, who is blindfolded. So let's see how this works.
Oh god.
Look, bud.
Go off memory.
I can't read this at all.
You
All
don't
right,
need your eyes
so,
to read.
Last time. I don't do Braille. That's a fun fact about me. Last time, we started off having defeated a automaton created by our friend Puck, completely on the whim of Finley Shenanigan, who really wanted a blue ball that was its power source. We were able to barely succeed. Kurtz fell, and Finley used his Transdial Relic, using the kamikaze attack of the Ladybug bracelet, anklet, whatever he chooses
Good
to
save.
wear at the time.
Good save.
Destroying a large part of the countryside and rendering him completely useless for 2 hours as essentially a larva of a ladybug. Said larva was then beat the shit out of by Kurtz Gladskin into unconsciousness, whereupon Rin, Kurtz, and Urgra had a bit of conversation about the changes in the group, specifically some of the individuals, Urgra and Finley, who had been changing a bit as of late towards a bit more of a chaotic, if not darker side. Urgra shared a little bit more about her 2 cursed items, the blindfold as well as the bow that was collected from the corpse of the first horseman, and how they actually have some negative side effects and don't just make her super powerful. It was decided that we should try to make it so she doesn't use them anymore. That didn't work out too well. So we continued, and eventually we met up with the Aarakocra, who we promised to help. Finley turned back into his normal form, and the second in command of the Aarakocra just kept on flying right in front of Urgra, pissing her off, and she got in a real lucky shot with a crit and had him ass over kettle into the dirt. Whereupon that Birdman grabbed her and just flew her several hundred feet up in the air and demanded an apology, or else he would drop her. She, like a teenager, apologized, totally sincere. And eventually we were led to the home of the Aarakocra, But not before Finley discovered a new talent, an ability to decipher the code of the Cult of Chaos. Sadly, this was not an in-game mechanic. This was a cipher, actually 2 ciphers that were given to Kyle in person with no preparation.
Super fun.
Where he was told to decipher on the spot.
Great time.
And the 3 of the rest of us just got to dance and vamp and try and fill the time. Eventually, we found out that apparently the Cults of Chaos are directly related, it would seem, to the creation of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And they are trying to, in fact, improve whatever means they have to create a horseman, which apparently requires sacrifice of some kind. Having no more time to think about that, and also having a quest to rescue the Aarakocra's eggs, which they left completely undefended. That's kind of on them. We decided to inquire the prime suspect, which is a tribe of lizard folk. And we arrived to find them pretty much completely just ready for an all-out assault. They were behind walls. They had 30-odd spearmen just ready to kill anything that came close. And so, therefore, we sent our fighter to try to negotiate. He offered gold, but he wanted to see eggs first. Show me the eggs. Lizardmen refused, but we did get a little bit close up and personal with what appeared to be their leader-ish person named Itchy, or was it just Itch?
Itch.
I remember because of Itchy and Scratchy. That's what I kept on thinking.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. However, communications broke down a bit. Urgra may have grappled him and held him at scimitar point to use him as a human shield from his many, many, many spearmen. However, he got away, but eventually, when we were able to show that we were magical, that caught his attention, and he invited us to go unarmed into their stronghold. And it was decided that Rin, who still has not been discovered, and Urgra would stay back, while Kurtz and Finley would enter into the encampment completely unarmed.
Let's go with the 2 morally diverse members of the party.
Should be fine.
It's true.
And what better time than in front of mixed company to air out the dirty laundry?
Yep.
Hey, he's just gonna say, "Hey, I'll help you, but you gotta battle to the death." And
Only one of you may leave.
Well, there goes my surprise.
no.
Tune in next week. No, okay.
I'll roll initiative real quick.
Awesome. All right. So he whistled for the lizard mount and was leading Finley and Kurtz off towards their village, leaving Urgra and Rin behind. So they're going to be gone for a little bit, so we'll go ahead and turn it over to Urgra and Rin and let you guys kick off tonight. So as you guys see the 2 of them as they hand over their weapons and starting to follow Itch that is on the mount, they go underneath this overarching wooden walkway that leads into these huge chunks of stone that are raised up from the ground but still covered in all the jungle plant life. You can see them kind of disappearing through all the green shrubbery as they turn around a corner. The lizard folk that are all up along the edges, they are still having their spears, but they're kind of going back to the normal guarding positions, leaving the 2 of you out there. What would you guys like to do to start off the game for tonight?
I look at Kurtz and I say, all right, I guess we're going in. Is that what we're doing?
We're starting with Urgra and Rin.
Okay, you guys start. Okay, bye. We're gonna go. Okay, bye. Okay, you guys go first.
Urgra's going to back up to what she suspects will be out of range of their long weapons, keeping a bit of away from Rin to not give away his position.
Okay.
At least not obviously.
Yes, I'll be using the subtle message spell to try to keep in contact with her.
Mm-hmm.
With this, just a bit of a, like, maybe almost a little pestering version of, are they back yet? Are they back yet?
Do you not have eyes? I literally don't have eyes.
I assumed you could see farther than I could.
You can't... Okay. No, I have not seen them return yet, no. Alright, so if they if let's decide this really quick. If they are not back by the time your elemental spell is about to break down, are we gonna try and just go for it?
That's my worry. I don't know if we should or if I should try. Maybe is there a way that we could to subtly get in? Finley's the only one who can do the invisibilities.
I mean, I can make us very sneaky, well, sneakier. But I don't. I mean, I could try. I guess do just like a lap around and see if there's any weak points in their defense. I mean, I think we have at least that much time.
Yes, if you can find anything for me to take advantage of, please.
All right, and I will back off further out of direct view line of the walls and try and stealth and just do a perimeter check to see if there's any weaknesses. I'm gonna lean super close so I still can't read.
You can just crack the
Just
blindfold
click
up just to, yeah.
There it is. Stealth, second from the bottom.
All right, so you slinker, is that a word?
It is now.
Boom. You're welcome, folks.
Just like
and
that.
you have our permission. That's why you guys got to show up every week, because we create words here all the time. You slinker off into the jungle, being very stealthy, actually, and we'll go ahead and allow you a skill check to check the perimeter. Probably survival or
another button click, huh?
Or investigation. As you are sneaking through, taking your time, making your way around the massive perimeter of this place.
Sheesh.
Ooh, 28. All right. Are you taking Rin with you?
No.
No.
He's staying where he is, so he's our secret weapon, pretty much.
Okay.
The
Well,
cavalry.
all right. So, Urgra, you are actually going to find an area that has no
And
defenses.
if you recall, I did a minor illusion of the aerial view of this place, so you do at least have that in your mind too, from before, just to help from last time.
All right. So let me actually
Continue.
take you guys over to the other map,
Oh, the other map.
and
The black map.
so the two of you who are going in are at the top corner, but Urgra, there is one section. Oh, hey Brian, what's up? I assume that is for Urgra.
Oh, or grenade.
Am I missing something?
Yeah.
Erga IP.
Inspiration.
Oh shoot!
I can't see.
I got. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Okay, so Urgra, you are going to notice that there is a flaw in the defense of section. It is going to be quite a ways around. But what I'm going to do is actually... Can you see?
I can see the map. It's just writing because I have like a filter in front of my eyes and it's black.
Sure.
It just mixes in perfectly with black text.
All right, so all the way on the far side. Yeah. Did it... Can you see where your token is?
My token's really hard to see,
I
actually.
can see it. You're right here. You're the tiny little thing on the forest screen.
Okay, yes.
All right,
Okay, I
so
see
you are able to use your 17th stealth to get right up to the perimeter of the jungle, the thick jungle that is right up next to the swampy murk water that has a whole bunch of these lizards that have saddles on them, and they are very quickly swimming back and forth, and you can see some of these mud huts that have thatching along the top, yellow kind of dead weeds and grass and stuff that's kind of all hung up there, and you can see the building number 4 that is on the map. There are
I hope I can see. I can only see 120 feet.
Football.
No, not even a football field. Half a football field.
Yeah.
It's not far.
You can see it's only like 80 feet for
Okay.
the whole island.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see that, and there are a bunch of lizard folk. They're kind of sprawled around, kind of doing patrols, and some of them are kind of maybe having some leisure time and hanging up some like small swamp critters and stuff on these lines. Are kind of stretched from tree branch to tree branch. Is there anything that you would like to do?
And so this is like a moat, pretty much, or is it a moat, a river, a stream, swamp?
It looks
A
like
bog.
it's maybe. Well, I guess with your blindfold, you really couldn't tell.
I dipped my finger in and checked the salinity.
It
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't do that?
No, I could always spot it.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, can I hear like the river flowing?
No.
Is it moving water stagnant?
It seems stagnant, yes.
It smells stagnant.
And how far across is the water, pretty much?
Let's do this. I can throw on a grid, and that will help us measure.
I don't trust myself to do the measuring.
From edge to edge, long ways, it's over 350 feet.
Damn.
But the section you're at that looks about 20 feet across of the swamp water to that center patch island that you're looking at with the buildings.
Oh, okay. And on the giant lizards, they're in the water. Are they like swimming or are they more walking? I'm trying to guess how deep it is.
They seem to be swimming across the surface, thus they kind of just blast past and kind of. It looks like they're having a lot of fun, just playing around. A couple of them will tackle each other, be wrestling around. They still have the harnesses on, but it looks like they're all just they're not working. That they're just kind of being playful.
Yeah. And is there a wall on this side, or is the water the only barrier?
There is a short wall that is about 6 feet tall at this portion of it. The rest of it has been very, very, very tall walls. But this is the one part, it looks like it was broken, but there hasn't been any defenses that have been really patrolling it. So you can use this part to kind of what you're peering through. Also, the forest just being super thick and the location of it being in the middle of fucking nowhere, that provides its own natural defense.
Okay. And once I cross the river, is there much cover for hiding, or is it just like out in the middle of no man's land?
There are lizard folk tokens on the map.
Yeah.
You're basically going across this little stream into a village.
Yeah.
Or a little like community center with.
Okay. Shoot. Maybe. Okay. I'm gonna climb a tree and try and see over the wall. Am I able to see like Finley and Kurtz anywhere?
Give me a perception check as you climb up, trying to. Yeah, you might as well pull it up like halfway to give the illusion
okay.
of it.
Oh yeah, I can see all the way across this island, so that's fine. All right, perception. You say.
We should
I can't see words.
We should have done an eye patch, Cristino, so you still have one good eye.
Would have been nicer.
All right, with a 13, you are not able to see either one of them at all.
Okay, in which case I will just back over to Rin, and like eventually, like when I'm within 60 feet of him, I'll throw a pebble at him and give my position away, so he'll message me and share all the information.
Oh, there you are. What do you have to report?
So if you go maybe a couple 100 feet down that way, there's a short part of the wall. You have to cross about 30 feet of water, but it'll take you right into the village without, getting kebabbed on the way.
All right. Urgra and Finley are over there, are they not?
I was not able to see, but I mean, have you sent Horizon to keep an eye on? Was that thing that you did?
Are you two having
Horizon?
a stroke? Like,
Sorry, I keep on Orion.
Rin
There are too many
Orion.
freaking familiars
Finley and
in my
Urgra.
game.
And Urgra said Horizon.
I know.
Dylan, that could have been the best thing to say.
All right. Well, all right. I think I should be able to make it at least to where you're going. You lead on. I'll try to move as quietly as I can. And with my amazing skills and knowledge as a child, of course, I recall some of the games that we used to play. One of which I was an excellent player at was Red Light, Green Light. And so as I move along, trying to move as quietly as I can, I keep my eye in the danger zones. And I'm just going to do a version of, if I'm going to red light and something starts looking at me, I'm going to minor illusion over myself to make a tree stump, like a rotted tree stump, so I don't look like I'm there.
Okay.
And then just keep moving and keep moving if I need to. That's Rin's precaution.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
Do we make it there?
Yeah, that's why do I make it there fine.
Give me a stealth check, Rin, as you are trying to go across.
I'll try to be helping him as much as I can, too.
What ways is Urgra going to help him be stealthy?
Well, I mean, I've already done the path.
I got the magic.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. Plus, I know the path, and so I can figure out, like, okay, so if you need to duck down here because this is the part where, like, a sentry is, like, can see really well. So you have to get behind this bush, and then just army crawl. Eventually, you can get back up, and then you want to go quickly here because there's a lizard that is sunbathing here. So we're gonna go quickly through here and that sort of thing.
Okay. All right, so you guys get to the edge, and Rin, you can see that lower part of the wall, and there's that short patch of swamp water with the buildings that Urgra was saying ahead, but there is this larger one that's towards the center of it. Both of you guys give me a perception check, or I can use your passive.
All right.
I'm assuming you're going to do a perception because you guys are like peering over, like getting your first...
Yeah, I'm doing a look up, but at the same time, I'm poking my owl and going, "Hey, look as well. Find them. Try to find something."
Oh, awesome. All right, so let me give you advantage, Rin, because you're going to have a second thing to utilize.
Gonna eat your goddamn owl.
4
Chicken
eyes.
dinner.
Natural 20.
Oh, all right. So as Orion is flying up ahead, going up high enough to where kind of out of reach, or out of like normal visual, if someone looked up, obviously, but most people don't ever look up. He's actually going to hear some noises coming from this building. So you have him get a little closer, and you're hearing chirps and hoots and caws.
Oh, damn, baby's done hatched.
Now with my amazing nature skills, can I determine if those are Aarakocra chirpies as opposed to little baby natural bird chirps?
Sure, give me a nature check.
Do they sound deeper and richer and from a larger creature?
You know, I just thought, what if Rin and Urgra break in, and this is just like their chicken
Natural
food
20!
for food?
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I need to keep praising myself before I roll. That's what I got to do.
Wow, Rin, it's Aarakocra. Kokra,
Okay.
but we say Kokra because we like saying cock in this game.
Yep.
It is
Aarakocra.
Aarakocra. You
Now,
are
which building did you ping?
number 4, the big one.
Number 4. Okay.
You are 100%. That is baby.
Do I get that too because I rolled high, or?
Well, you didn't crit high, so I'll let Rin decide if he wants to share that info with you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sharing. I'll just go, Urgra, shaking. Urgra, right there. That building right there.
Here, Rin.
That one right there. Can you see the building right there? The big one. Can you see that far?
Technically, yes.
All right. In there, the babies are there. And they're hatched. They're no longer eggs.
This is very confusing. I don't know how these things are hatching without someone sitting on them providing heat. This goes against everything I know about birds.
Mhm.
Well, Aarakocra aren't necessarily birds, Urgra. They're a little bit more different than the typical avian.
Well, I didn't see any of the female Aarakocra with tits, so I don't think they breastfeed.
Do they have tits? John?
Finley did not see any tits. You're welcome for my perverted checks. You're fucking welcome. Oh, why is he looking at bird boobs? This is why, for this
because
moment.
it's canon lore that we need to know.
Well, Urgra,
It's vital horseman information.
Perhaps the eggs have a bit more of a they're just more sturdy. Their survival probably doesn't depend as much on keeping incubated, especially in the later stages. Perhaps they're a bit more resilient.
And Rin, you remember hearing when you guys were up there in the floating islands with the Aarakocra, cock. Okay,
Good save.
I almost fucked it up there. That they said they weren't expecting them to hatch for a long time. That the incubation period is extremely long up in those nests. So this would come as like a. That's kind of why you were like second guessing it. Like it sounds like them, but it can't possibly because of what they said. But sure enough, the sounds would indicate that.
I mean, can you send Horizon to see if there are any eggs left?
Orion.
I mean, this could be a good reason. Did I say Orion? What did I say?
Horizon.
Sorry, that's my Sunday game. I DM and the familiar there is anyway.
Excuses.
Anywho's it. Can you see if there's any eggs left? Because I mean, that would be a good reason why that itch thing didn't want to show us any eggs because they possibly have all hatched.
Somehow miraculously so, which I don't know how they could do that. But yes, all right. Still, maybe I can. I look to see if hopefully I can try to guide Orion to a safe point and not get killed.
All right, there is a small, or a couple small openings at the top of this building, kind of near where the thatching kind of comes down, maybe for ventilation, maybe for natural light, you're not sure. But it is just big enough to where, so this is all kind of packed in mud with some tree roots in it and some rocks, but there will be, a little chunk sticking out just underneath one of the holes that's been kind of rooted out of the mud wall, where he can kind of perch and look in there. And as he peers down, you will find out when we come back, because we're going to pan over to Kurtz and Finley, who are at the entrance, which is going to be the top left corner of the map.
Oh.
All right, did it move you guys?
Yep.
Yep.
Did me.
Yeah.
I got shuffled up.
All right, so before you guys get to this point, Itch is going to be taking off on the mountain. You guys are going to be doing a bunch of these switchbacks, and eventually the water or the ground is going to get kind of moist and then soggy, and then a little bit of standing swamp water. Eventually, it's going to turn into this switchbacking, stagnant pool that is going to be what seems that he is following through the curves of this forest. And he seems to be very, very quick on this mount, but going slow enough to where you guys can keep up with a slight jog pace. He is far enough ahead where if you guys whisper, you could talk amongst yourselves, but anything super audible he would hear, as he's kind of prancing in front of you guys, going back and forth, urging you guys to follow. What would
So
you
when
guys like to do?
when we first started following them, it was not necessarily swampy, but swampish enough of jungle-ish, right? But
It was more jungle.
as soon as it starts to get that, it's gonna start looking like it's gonna mucky. Finley, we still have Rin's wooden clunker boot things, right? They don't go away.
I think
I
so.
don't think Kurtz does.
Yeah, they're fabricated.
I don't care though.
Yep, I'm gonna put those on as soon as it looks like we're gonna get back into swampy territory, kind of reminiscent of when we were around tiger things and all the other bug things and frog things. So
Okay.
put my wooden shoes back on,
All right.
and then I will continue to follow catch up.
What's the name of the guy we're heading to meet?
I got it. Durazog or something. Hold on. Durkos.
Mm-hmm.
Durkos.
So
And
as we're
he's
so
a
we're
chieftain?
walking. Yeah, we're walking behind the Itch guy on a mountain. It's just Itch, a mount, and us two. That's
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
How far away is this guy ahead of us? Just to give a gander. I mean, is he more than like 15, 20 feet?
Yeah,
Or is
maybe a
kinda
little
like
bit
just-
more than that. Yeah.
All right.
So you guys are
'Cause I would
able
like
to
to-
talk to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to whisper to Kurtz as we're walking.
Okay.
So, what's the plan here? Because you have a plan, right? I mean, you wouldn't, we're not going in here without a plan.
Well, I had a plan. It was pay the lizardmen gold for the eggs. But that didn't work out. But now the more I'm seeing of these lizardmen, and with our concept of gaining allies and favors and everything like that, I'm kind of thinking we might want to side with them,
Oh, what, the lizard people or the air people?
the lizard people.
Okay, why is that?
Well, for starters, there's a lot more of them.
Okay, good. Okay, that's pro.
Second, they have giant lizards.
Okay, another good pro. Okay, right. Go on.
And to be honest, this is kind of the Aarakocra's fault.
Yeah, not the best of parenting skills. All right, a con for the bird people. So 2 pros, lizard, 1 con, bird. All right. Not really selling the birds. Go
and-
on. Jeez.
Well, in all honesty, we're only contractually obligated. We're not even contractually obligated. We said we would help them. And we would discover where the eggs are. They said they would give us the thing one way or another.
Right. I was. Yeah,
So
I remember that
we've-
was part of the negotiations.
We've fulfilled that part of the bargain. And to be honest, the Aarakocra kind of seemed like assholes.
Well, yeah, there is that. I know Urker really wasn't having a great way with them. She really seemed kind of annoyed at their sheer presence.
All I'm saying is they haven't attacked us without provocation.
Sure.
And they've been amicable enough to, even once they've attacked us, stand down and take us to their leader.
Right. And
So
have
I'm
we-
not
have-
seeing a lot
Right,
of...
Have we diverged? You remember way back in the day when we rode the big lizards in the sky and you fought that big manticore thing, and you rode it all majestic like.
Majestic is a word. It was a plummet, but
I mean, it looked cool.
Falling with style.
Yeah, that's all it is. Who said that? That's a good
God.
point.
God.
The goddesses, they're back.
So I mean, we know that in the future that these lizard people are pretty okay, right? They don't seem like a. I mean, have we diverged that these are the same type? They're the same clan, or at least the same people in terms of they're not assholes, I guess.
Well, that wouldn't be racist.
Sure. Yep. Nope. You're right. Yep.
All I'm saying is I'm not seeing, aside from the Transcendental Relic, I'm not seeing a lot of pull towards the Aarakocra at this point. And if they haven't harmed the eggs, then something is obviously going on here that we don't know. Maybe we should just side with the guys with
the spears. Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah, we could give them real spears.
Well, the other thing is too. I mean, what does the bird people really have going for them anyway? They can fly. I mean, whoop-de-doo.
If they're birds, then their bones are hollow, which means that they are much more susceptible to wounds. These guys have scales, which block swords.
Yep, another con. Yeah, I'm feeling what you're saying here. So, and I mean, technically, these lizard people do fly, but they glide, right? I mean, they have a little bit of that going for them.
They don't have a floating island.
Okay, pro for the bird people. Got it.
I will
That's it?
give them that. They
Okay.
don't. The bird people do have a floating island,
Which is
but
as a
worth
con,
a couple
kind of
points.
makes but as a con, kind of makes them assholes again because who flies on an island unless you're kind of an
also
asshole, right?
we don't really know how that's staying aloft. So what's to stop it from coming down?
Another con. Yeah, could plummet to the earth. So yeah.
It also apparently
Cool.
takes them like 20 years to hatch a fucking egg. So
Yeah. And
Anyway.
they treat their women terribly. They're all dressed the same. They
Mhm.
don't let them express themselves. Yeah, fuck bird people. Yeah, let's.
do we see any lizard women?
not.
We haven't really gotten
You guys
there yet.
haven't
We're
got
still
there yet.
walking.
This is in.
We're
This
still
is
walking. This is in transit.
Yeah.
They're all hermaphroditic.
You guys are going the long way, all the way around.
Okay. Yeah. All I'm saying is maybe we give this dragon
Durkos.
guy
Durcock.
Dunkirk.
Durka.
I'll rewind in my notes. Hold on.
Maybe we give
Durkos.
Durkos a chance, and if he has a offer that sounds pretty good, maybe we take him up on it.
Okay, so as we're walking here, best case scenario, right? Throw it at me. Best case scenario, we get the eggs back to their people, and they
Best
shake
case
hands as
scenario.
friends, and we have two sets of allies for the war against horsemen in the future.
Absolute
Right?
best case scenario that 100% isn't going to happen. Yes.
Okay, sure, got it. Okay, give me second
next-
best case.
Second best, we get the eggs back, take them to the Aarakocra,
Mhm.
and convince the lizard men to stop infringing on their trade. Which, to be honest, the Aarakocra can kind of go fuck themselves with that request.
Mhm.
Like,
Okay.
who are we to say whether or not they can?
So on the flip side, I mean, kind of a dick move just to throw it in the pile, for lizard people to steal other people's children just because of trade embargoes. I mean, that's a next level shit of fuckery there. That's kind of messed up.
True, but we also don't know the story from the lizard men's side.
That's true too. So I mean, yeah, we should definitely look into that.
I mean, on that level of good, we get the eggs back, give them back to the Aarakocra, and tell the Aarakocra to fuck off on their
Yeah,
floating
go
island.
find another mountain. Yeah, they can float away. These people are here. Right. Okay.
And then we sort of get the lizard men on our side, and maybe even give them better. Look at all of them.
Mhm.
There was more of them at the gate than there was at the Aarakocra City.
Right.
Like, for
Okay,
fuck's sake,
so
how are the Aarakocra even going to help us? There's like 20 of them.
Okay, so option one is somehow birds and lizards coexist in business together. Is that where we're going? Okay.
Yes.
Option two is they still part ways as friends, but birds fuck off on their island, right?
Pretty much.
Third case scenario, they don't give up the eggs. Let's go down that path real quick.
Okay. They don't give up the eggs.
Right.
We hear their offer and what they're going to do with the eggs, because we're not going to let them eat babies,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
obviously.
Stealing babies. I mean, does
stealing-
other bad shit.
Kidnapping is one thing, but eating a baby is a different thing.
I've heard that. I've read that in the book. Or
No.
just basic
The good-
morals. Yeah, right. Yeah, got it. Okay.
The Book O Morals. It's a bestseller.
Right. So we let them know that, hey, should we tell them that the Aarakocra are ready for war if they don't give their eggs back? I mean, or that's
Well,
probably a given
I
at this
think-
point.
I think they know. And to be honest, I don't think the Aarakocra have much of a chance.
I mean, yeah. Besides the fact that they're coming from the air, I mean,
Well,
it's a pretty
but
big advantage. You know all about the high ground, Kurt Sklatskin. I mean, if anything, you know how that affects things.
The benefit of the high ground is that someone can't attack you when you're on it. These guys have ballistae pointed at the trees, as we discovered through your clairvoyance. They're ready for the high ground.
Mm-hmm.
They nullify the high ground.
All right. Just didn't want to necessarily go in here without any sort of... Now, with all that on the playing field, and I'll get a whisper even closer now, what happens if, like, for some reason, we're kind of cluster fucked? I mean, what's the deal here? How do we get out of here?
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, that one. Let's go to Plan Z here.
Plan Z, we die.
Okay. Back up to, like, X.
Okay, X.
Don't want that one.
But not the...
Back up where it's still bad, but we don't die. Like, what's that plan look like? We just run? We make a run for it?
Yeah, because I don't think we're fighting our way out of here.
Well,
especially
okay.
since
There
we
is
don't have any
water
weapons.
here, and you have a Nautilus form left, Kurtz.
Oh, well, you're fucked.
I mean,
He's good, but you're fucked.
Plan Y is I turn into a Nautilus and jump into the river.
Okay, that's why. I might be able to get myself out of here if that is the plan. If we need to step, you go two separate ways, you can't follow us both, kind of thing. Okay, that's not bad.
Because I've never beaten a giant lizard to death with my fists.
Mm.
But
Neither have I. So,
I don't think I could.
okay. Okay, so plan Y is if everything goes bad, we just make a break for it. You may or may not turn into a little kraken, and I gotta find my own way out.
Did
Okay.
they take Finley's healing staff?
You are just loving that healing stuff. Right?
No, I don't know.
Yes.
I mean,
is
It
on.
could keep you alive. Sorry about it.
It's not. It can't.
All I have on weapons on me is a dagger and a shmita.
Not anymore.
Shmita. Well, I mean, not anymore. I dropped it off back there, but they're not magical or anything. They're just regular bullshit ones. And I have a staff, and I have a guitar.
Yeah. So it'd basically be you and me trying to blast our way out of here with our camp troops.
Okay, last thing, middle of the road, somewhere around maybe Elemental P, right?
Okay.
They tell us to fuck off about the eggs, but they let us leave, right? That's probably somewhere in the middle. Okay, that's not necessarily so bad.
That's probably like playing D,
Even H?
honestly.
Okay, H, AK, HIJ. Okay.
Any option where we get out of this alive and don't piss off the lizardmen is
Top of the
win.
list, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Okay. And then
But-
and then above a whisper, I'll say, "Wow, this is a really nice swamp here, you got H." And as I act like we weren't even talking.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, he'll kind of turn back while riding on the mount, looking over. You need to move faster! And he'll kind of whip the bridle thing on the lizard, and it's going to start to just gallop ahead.
Oh, for
And-
fuck! I mean, I can only walk so fast.
Yeah.
All right.
He's going to
I'll
shoot
pick
forward
up Finley, but
Oh,
like
okay.
as you guys...
I close my eyes and start to do this, but really, I'm just dangling.
I'm holding him like
Cartoon.
that video of the guy with the baby. He's just holding it by the back and like moving it.
It feels like I'm going super fast.
Yeah.
The one thing, and then as I see that I'm being lofted, I will just do my best reverse engineering of making sure that if I do have to make my way back here, that I know where I'm going. So I'm trying to reverse know where I am, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't, but I... No, it does. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Okay,
You're-
good.
You're good. All right, so he starts coming in. You can hear him yelling at the other lizard folk, and it is actually going to be in a language that I don't think either of you. You guys speak Draconic?
Fuck
No.
All right.
Not unless you can run it through Infernal or Celestial.
All right. So
Unless you can make that case.
you're going to be hearing him make some noises at these other lizard folk, and they seem to be kind of alerted and kind of like reacting, but then kind of like withholding themselves as they see you guys kind of trailing in behind. It almost seems like he was judging by the body language and watching what's going on. It's almost like he's telling them not to attack you.
Appreciate it.
So they're kind of holding it back, and you can see him kind of dashing past a bunch of these mud huts that have thatching up on the top, and he parks the lizard and hops off and is starting to move towards a very large central building that's going to have a bunch of bones kind of leaned up against the mud walls, and this one's going to be kind of like a 3-tier building in the central portion, and it's going to have 4 exterior portions to it. Oh, you guys moved already.
Before we go in, can I ask Itch? So, Itch, is this your chieftain, your lord, your king, your master? How are we? What's this guy's title?
It is Chieftain Durkos. He is.
You want to see some? No, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. If you had a question, go ahead.
No.
Okay.
That's great.
He is the leader of all of our people. But before anything happens, make sure you allow me a moment to request an audience, because he gets very irate if we don't do that first.
Does he like magic too?
Not as much as I do. I have a keen interest in it constantly.
You want to see some magic, and I'll flick a produce flame.
Absolutely. Oh, I love magic. Do it again. And you'll see him kind of like rearing up, and you'll start to see this arcanic head of a lizard starting to form around his head as he's like getting really into it, and like his eyes are wide locked at yours as his back is kind of turned towards the building, and behind him this very large lizard folk is going to be approaching. I'll make him a little bigger so you guys can see.
Oh, hi.
It's as big as a house.
He is large.
Once
He's a T-Rex.
Once we kind of get settled in,
Nobody move.
I'm gonna try to. Not that I know that they're there, but I'm gonna try to just kind of glance around, see if I can see Urgra and Rin. I know that they're not there in terms of meta stuff, but Finley would be keeping an eye towards a tree line just to see if I see Orion, that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna be making sure I'm keeping an eye out for those guys.
Yeah, no need to
gal.
roll. You're actually on the other side of the map. So yeah, there's no way you'd see it.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know that is what I'm going to sporadically do
Just
every now and
passively.
again.
Okay, good to know.
Finley,
yeah,
maybe you should.
perceptionally. Yeah, there you go.
Maybe you should stay close. That lizard's kind of giving you the eye that you might be a snack.
Well,
all right. Yep.
So Itch is in the middle of doing his little magical display, and this large lizard who's got more white scales or some green patches, but he seems almost like the pigment is gone. He's actually going to grab Itch along his spine where the little spikes are. He's going to pick him up and throw him into the mud. It's just going to splash everywhere, and his giant foot is going to be right over his head. And it's just going to be crushing it into the mud. And he's just, Durkos, I'm so sorry. Forgive me, your eminence. And we're going to pan over
You guys
to
picked
Rin
this side.
and Urgra.
I like him. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Okay, so you guys are peering over the little broken wooden wall. Orion was flying around. He heard
Peered into the hole.
the peep peep peeps coming from inside, and he's looking through it. And you can see through his eyes, Rin, that this actually seems like some kind of stable. There are these large patches of like straw, hay, grass, dead leaves and stuff kind of piled up. And it's actually really nice in here, surprisingly. And you can see a bunch of these little Aarakocra babies kind of running around. Some look like toucans. A couple of them look like owls. Some have kind of smaller beaks, some have larger ones. They're kind of, a couple of them are crawling, some of them are walking. You can see that their people have hands and feet and then wings separately. And some of them are kind of like the little tiny buds of wings that are on the back are kind of like fluttering and then kind of tucking in. And some of them are picking at each other. A couple of them are in the center, kind of like trying to climb up onto this stump-looking thing that's in the center of the building. It looks kind of like it was a tree that was cut, and the root system are still embedded into the mud underneath. They're playing like King of the Hill, like one's crawling up top, the other one pushes him off, and he's up there, kind of raises his arms and flutters his wings, as the other one is trying to knock him back over.
Adorable. Take them all.
101 Aarakocra.
Yep.
Yeah. How many actually are there? That was my question.
There is going to be a couple dozen.
Like
Couple
40-ish.
dozen? Okay. All right. Quite a lot.
How big
all
are
right.
they, Sean? Just
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. What's the size?
What's that?
how big are they?
They're
Like
going to
football
be
size?
approximately, yeah.
Adorable. Let's launch them out of a catapult.
Yep.
That's the only way to get them back up.
All right. So Urgra, there's quite a few, at least more than a dozen, maybe twice as many. I don't know what we could do. I have no idea how we handle this. I could have handled an egg. Eggs I could have dealt with.
Are there any eggs left that are unhatched?
No, they are all...
No,
Yeah, there are no eggs in here at all.
no Urgra.
Okay. Is there anyone like watching them, observing them, making sure they don't get into trouble, kill each other?
No, they seem to... the place seems kind of actually pretty baby-proof. There's nothing like sharp or dangerous in this area. So just this room alone, it being locked, there are guards outside the front door on the other side, and there are some people patrolling. It looks like they're well fed, and there's water and stuff too. Like you can see the remnants of that stuff. They seem to be actually taken very well care of, surprisingly.
So they're holding up all right, but can I there's no way I can discern why or how they hatched so early. It's a complete mystery, isn't it?
No, you can do a skill check to try to figure it out.
Okay, would it be intelligence?
It's up to you. What skills are you trying to go for? Are you trying to reason it? Or are you trying to...
Yeah, I'm trying to do like putting pieces together like Sherlock Holmes, look at the corner, see if I see like maybe the heats are good, maybe there's like liquid somewhere that's been a potion that's been dripped on the eggshells. I mean, it's literally trying to look at all the different puzzle pieces and try to form a picture.
Sure.
So intelligence, I guess,
Sure.
or investigation.
Either one.
Okay, investigation. I like that because I have a +5 to that.
You've got some baller rolls tonight, my man.
Wow, I'll say.
All right, so you can feel that inside of through Orion. Is he just visual and audio, or can he like feel stuff too?
Well, I can't feel. All I can see in here. That's it.
Okay. Well, if that's
I mean,
the
he can
case-
tell me if it's warm. He can, convey things like hard.
Okay. Yeah, so inside of this room, it's actually going to be very, very warm and actually a little bit humid. So up in the floating island, it was very, very cold up there. The air was very thin, and the white stick nests were like raised up even higher where the wind was the most violent. So there's a drastic temperature change and environmental change.
This is called Darwinism.
Well, it appears that they certainly like the heat and humidity. I think that might have been the cause for their sudden emergence, Urgra. I have no idea how we're supposed to get them out.
Well, you said there's a couple dozen, and I mean, we see that there's this place is patrolled, and they probably just hatched. We found out were they taken? Do we remember that a few days ago, give or take?
Mhm.
So they will not really have any form of
Flying?
obeying
No.
anything.
Well,
It's possibly they even imprinted on some of the lizard folk, which would make it
Oh,
even more difficult.
well, then we certainly need to make this faster than needed.
Oh no, it's already happened.
Well, we need to find a way to go around it. Oh,
I mean,
oh.
the fact. Okay, what did you tell me? What like the living conditions look like and that sort of thing?
Oh yes. All the details. Rim would
Okay.
have not spared you a single bit.
Okay, well they're alive, so that's a very important factor. They are being kept safe and fed and watered, also an important factor. I mean, my mind goes to two different things. One, either these little chibi birds have won the hearts of their captors, or two, they're being fattened up to be eaten.
Or 3, they're being slowly brainwashed to be manipulated to be used as a way to counter and somehow take down the other Aarakocra with their own young.
Oh yeah, but that's still sort of part of point A. But yes.
I think winning the hearts and love of your captors versus slowly brainwashing to train us to an elite group of cavalry units to send up to... That completely different.
It's a great plan. I wish I had that plan.
Yeah, the orphan
We
plan.
don't have. We have a week.
So, Rin, you're going to notice one of the smaller yellow buildings. There's going to be another lizard folk that looks distinctly different than the rest of them. He almost looks like an iguana. And he's got a lot of leather garments on and a lot of beads, and he's carrying around this staff that has some ornate feathers and some bones hanging out there, kind of knocking around as he walks. But you're going to also notice, tied around his neck, it's going to catch your eye because you're seeing bright red. It's kind of stained some of the leather. You see that there are some bloody tiny wings. They're kind of tied and like a string strung through the root part of the wing as they're kind of hanging down. He throws a hatchet onto the ground. You can hear him speaking in Draconic as he's throwing this bloody axe up against the building as he's this area is kind of a stockpile area for a bunch of tools.
Grub, I see baby wings that have been cut off.
Are you sure they're like birds and not bat or something?
I peer very closely at them to see if they're Aarakocra versus Aarakocra, as you prefer me to say.
You can call it whatever you want, but I have a preference.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it looks like some of the babies.
Oh, right, no, that's baby wings. No, I'm thinking your option B, eating or killing and doing some horrible things to the young. That's what they're doing. These are not civilized creatures. Okay, we need to get them out. We need to get them out immediately.
Well,
all right.
Why don't you send Orion to try and like flutter around the
mean
compound and
Horizon?
no, I don't. And see if you can get a beat on where Kurtz and Finley are. Maybe we can find a place to get you within range to message them, because you can do that from pretty far, right?
Well, slightly. It's about 120 feet or so. As Orion, just fly up. Is anything within 120 feet? You see Kurtz nearby. If he's too far out of range, I won't be able to see or reach. No, way too far. Mm-mm.
Yeah, way triple that.
No.
We know where they are, though.
Nah. Bird, do your scout. If you see him, let me know. So I'll send
there's a
Orion
lot-
to start flying.
Big map.
Yeah, it's a big map.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I don't know how
massive.
lucky he'd get on that. All
We
right,
may have to
so-
wait. I mean, well, it stands. Okay, first of all, did you bring your elementals with you?
Yes, they should be skulking nearby, behind me, around me, here.
If we're going to do an attack, we're definitely going to use those. But then I don't know how we're going to contain these birds. If we could get the Aarakocra to maybe back us up and they would grab them and take care of them, that could be something. Could you send Horizon up to them and
Horizon?
communicate? I don't care. I've been in that game longer than this one.
I don't care.
my owl!
Wow. Real quick, out of character, how much in the map can you guys see?
We can see
Everything.
all the over. Well, there's black over here. Like the top left is black.
Well, that's just like a wall for line of sight for us.
So, like the 30 or 40 lizardmen,
Oh, yeah,
On the
we can
map.
see them all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did.
and
I put
They're
dynamic light
everywhere.
up, but I gave you guys vision of the whole map just to help you guys out, but your characters can't see that.
our plan is attack.
Well, we're weighing
It's gonna
our
be awesome.
options.
All
It's
right.
gonna be awesome, bud.
When two of us don't have any weapons
And you guys don't even know that they're
or
gonna-
spells.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
In fact,
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Nope,
All right.
just go for it. Fuck
Okay.
it. We don't know anything that's happening right now.
All right. How long has it been, by the way, since we split from Kurtz and Finley?
maybe about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, all right. I only have about 30, 40-ish minutes maybe left on this this spell here, Urgra. It won't be very effective for long, but I think perhaps the best course of action is to give them something of a more direct threat to worry about than guarding babies.
So a distraction.
A distraction would be a way to call it, I suppose. I'm thinking more of a dire threat.
Do we have the power to make one of those?
I have a power to maybe perhaps start one of those.
Well, don't leave me in suspense.
I think I could set fire to the entire forest and have it surround them in the other directions where they might have to forcibly put it out and give us time to get the birdies.
Okay. How are we going to get 40 odd living bird? Actually, I actually
That's
would
the
know.
second part.
I
I'm trying
have
to
I
figure
have
out.
an idea of how. I mean, I know how I would do with Kenku. I don't know if it would work with Aarakocra.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've
I
had
mean,
dealings
with-
with younglings.
Stuff them in the bag of holding.
Yes.
They'll
They-
die.
We brought them back.
What
We'll
I would
work
do
for
with
a little bit.
Aarakocra, what I would do with Kenku, like they all like music, so I would basically just hum or whistle or something, and they would follow me. That always worked. I don't know if it will work on Aarakocra, especially if they possibly imprinted on some of these lizard folk. That's what I would try, though.
It's very hard to say. The best I can do is this. I can send Orion up with a
Horizon?
note. No. And I would maybe perhaps write down a quick message to let them know that I will be sending up a huge fiery blaze that will be going around. And during this time, that is the time to try and perhaps look for us in a certain direction. I can draw a crude general map of where we might be in association with the village. Look for us, and we could try to get them over there. I mean, if you think they could follow you, perhaps by food, by music, by maybe flapping your arms like a bird, maybe they might associate you with one of them. I've seen that before. I think where people have flapped their arms and the birds start following them.
It sometimes works. I mean, I would go with music, but I have very little dignity when it comes to small, cute bird things. So yeah, I'll try a lot.
Right.
But I really feel that we need to figure out where Finley and Kurtz are before we possibly send this entire camp into just an uproar.
I don't know how I could get a hold of them. I
Well,
really don't.
Who were you planning to send the note to? Was that to the Aarakocra or the
The
lizard folk?
Aarakocra to let them know to come down because they can
Okay.
pick up their younglings.
Yes,
and,
they can. Okay,
Yes.
I say let's start with that.
All right, pulling out paper and starting.
If
to write
nothing
it
else,
in.
we should let them know that they've hatched and that
Yes.
this is the development.
Absolutely. Birds hatched. Need your assistance. Will cause fiery distraction in the northern section of the village. We'll try to take younglings to this location, and I'll do a very crude drawing of like surrounding area. Here's a lake, and then down there is where we're going. And please come as soon as you see the smoke rising from the fires. That should be fine, I think. What do you think, Oprah? Oh, you can't read.
You were
I read it
talking
out loud again to
loud.
her just to double check. Does that sound all right?
It sounds hard if that's the plan we're going with, but I, again, underline, do not act until you see the smoke in case we change our plan.
Yes. Don't act until you see the smoke.
Or your
Underlined.
babies may be killed.
I will ignore that part. I don't want to panic them.
So, Rin, while you're writing this, you're going to notice that chameleon guy that you had saw with the bloody wings hanging, he's going to be kind of wading a little bit into the kind of mud water and kind of splashing it on himself, trying to get some of the blood off that's on the leather. And you notice kind of some of the natural sunlight kind of reflect off of something on his hand, which catches your passive perception. There seems to be some kind of shiny ring that's on his finger.
Well, I mean, that's out of place, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in the water right now?
Mm-hmm. Just kind of wading up to maybe his knees as he's kind of splashing up some of the swamp water, just trying to get the kind of holding the wings out of the way. You can see it then, but he's trying to get the blood off of. Thanks, Big, for the cheers.
Okay, yay.
Hey, Baker.
Okay. I'm curious. At the same time, he might also be useful for helping me get in there, Urgra. Urgra, do you see that individual over there?
If you point, yeah, so the one, yeah, he
There.
has a stick. He has a stick, right?
And the wings on the neck.
That's a little hard to make out, but yes.
Okay. All right. I think if we can coax him over here, and if you and I can take him out rather quickly and stealthily, we should hopefully be able to maybe get information from him, if so. But if not, I could always, eventually, after I send my little methods off to start the fires, once they've begun their task, I could take on his form and make my approach to the aviary cage, whatever, nursery, and, get them free without perhaps the other lizard folks seeing me and thinking suspicious.
All right, that sounds like a good idea. But if we're gonna try and get him over here by himself, we shouldn't make it anything that seems dangerous. Should be something that he wants for himself, that he doesn't want to send anyone else.
I'm thinking perhaps a single little baby bird that might have escaped. So just maybe a little tiny Aarakocra baby that's just right there. I'll minor illusion it on the ground.
What's your passive arcana, Rin?
Passive arcana is...
That's something you don't hear too often.
Yeah.
22-1.
God damn.
Seriously?
10 plus 11 is 21.
All right. It's you, as you're kind of looking over making the plan, you notice that ring looks like a Transcendental relic.
Oh, god damn it, another one?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. All right, great. He's got to die now. Okay, all right, here we go. We got to lure him over and kill him. He's got a Transcendental relic on this person.
I really care about the chicks, I guess. Yeah, give it a try. I'm just worried
He's killed babies before and he's wearing them as a necklace. He's evil. He's vile.
I don't care about that. I'm worried about he's going to send one of his goons to check it out and not send
If it's
himself.
just a little baby bird, I think he could handle that. He might be weird towards... All right, I try to make a very noticeably similar bird to the ones that were in there. Maybe, similar to the ones he has wings on, and just kind of create it right there as a little illusion. Just right there, as it just kind of sits on the bank.
What type of bird is it?
I'll make it a little baby owl.
Okay, I'm going to try and... Urger's going to try and do a bird call.
Okay. Let's get a performance check.
That'll see how good how much I actually have to try.
Well, hold on. You were looking like you were going to do it in person. Let's get that first. And if it's good enough, I'll give you advantage.
All right, so a baby owl. That's harder than adults. I don't know what
Baby
a baby owl sounds like. It's
They
like a
just
cheap.
scream. They just scream.
Yeah.
Screaming goats.
No, that's not.
Doing little test runs.
That's what I got.
I'll give you advantage. That was
Little
good.
cute little chibi owl.
Yeah.
Chip, chip. They just go. They say what? They say what? What?
Why?
Quince.
It's probably
Why?
why.
Why?
Kids always ask why.
Yeah, that's actually
I'm
fair.
so glad.
That's what a baby owl sounds like.
Why?
They have yet to develop who, but yes, 22.
Or maybe they say my.
Those are baby
No,
seagulls.
those are rats.
Awesome. Okay, so Rin, you're going to conjure an illusion of baby Aarakocra, and Urgra is going to follow up with making the best version of the sound that it would make. And when we come back,
I like it.
we will find out what is going to be happening with these guys. Welcome. We saw Baker is here. He's a little bit lost. These guys made Finley and Kurtz turn in their weapons. They made their way into the village while Rin and Urgra snuck around and found kind of a part of the defense that was low. And they were checking out and they saw that the eggs were hatched inside this building. And then they saw an important looking lizard that had some wings from the baby birds bloodied around his neck.
Rin and Urgra basically sacrificed Finley and I.
Not yet.
Because we're not getting out of this alive.
It's gonna be awesome. Don't worry, it's gonna be great.
Well, we're gonna go
Wildfires happen all the time in Candoria during the climate change.
Sure they do. When the
In
two
swamps.
humans are in swamps, where in a jungle where it rains all the
Actually,
time.
There's
bog
gas.
gas.
Thank you.
Bog
There's
gas. The bog gas. Okay.
Hey, you've
I'm
seen
using that.
Princess Bride.
I'm
Let me
using
tell
it.
you, during my jungle warfare training, I never encountered bog gas.
You ever encountered Minor Illusion, Produce Flame, and all those other magical elements? This
Yeah.
is magic, I tell you.
Well, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to start back with Kurtz and Finley, and then we'll find out what's happening with these guys. Jackie said, no dying, your mama forbids it.
Oh.
Alright.
It's happened before, it'll happen again.
All right, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thanks for sticking with us.
Okay, bye. Be right back. Be right back. Beep, beep, beep. The dice are telling me it's a 20. We're sticking with it. Okay, just go. I'm gonna go over here because I'm gonna film this shit. I'm just gonna go.
Yes, this is my daughter Melody.
Ah! Oh.
You shall find justice upon your soul. Turn it into a, let's go with a gelatinous cube.
Okay.
And I'll let it just go ahead and sit there and start dissolving the place up.
Yeah,
we're on our phones.
No, we're paying attention. Yeah, we're focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
I'll just sort of run my finger through the scar that goes across my head. Indeed. Grab it by the head, start slamming the skull into the stone wall next to me until the skull just shatters. Bend the fucking knee, peasants.
I'm gonna burn a lucky point.
Okay.
Oh my god!
It's meant to be.
Tell Caldevar, if you can, please, sir, that Kurtz Glaskin is going.
Come up to Ren and say, speaking of teamwork, do you have any offensive spells at all?
Right? He's got, really scruffy, nasty beard and kind of kicks his foot. Like, ow! Down, and he just starts going off on this rift. Martha will turn to the crowd and he'll go, "Are you not entertained?" Hail, brave adventurer!
Hello there, everyone's favourite halfling bard, Finley Shenanigan here. Being the soulful adventurer that I am, and known for telling a tale or two, pull up a stool to grab a pint as I tell you a story about my favourite hero, me. In my years of travelling, I met people of all walks and cultures. Although the horsemen coming didn't affect me directly, I saw the toll they left behind. The destruction and devastation these villainous beings left in their wake sparked something within me. How was I, Finley Shenanigan, to become the greatest, most legendary bard that Candoria had ever seen, if no one was around to behold my glory? More importantly, where is Alundra? When will she be back? And what will she be wearing? Hopefully something revealing. Anywho, setting on my journey, I shared my glamour with those who had never witnessed such pure, unadulterated excellence before. My legacy was to replace their despair and unite the people for the war yet to come. In the end of the day, everyone can be a hero. Everyone has a little adventure inside of them. And if you don't, would you like one?
Ah, salutations. I am Rin Enoran, historian of Candoria, renowned problem solver, an elf of esteemed conscience. When I became of age, I set out as a Rena and departed from my home of Othalos to the city of Egoras to study the arcane arts. With some difficulties, I was able to teach myself while working as a scribe in the library of Alashar. There, I produced a masterpiece of Candoria's history and its secrets, my manifesto, the true record of our world. However, even my aspirations dwindled when Alundra's guidance vanished, followed by the devastation from the horseman's wake. Despite all the wounds we have suffered, I shall never let our existence be forgotten, for I believe our best hope lies with our knowledge and story made eternal.
My name is Kurt Glaskin, and I have lost everything that I've loved in this world. My daughters, my wife, my friends, all of them dead to the horsemen. And now I have a chance to redeem myself, to protect my friends, to lead humanity into a new age of light and hope. Alundra abandoned us, the goddesses abandoned us, and left us with these monsters. And I want to take everything from them that they've taken from us. I live in a world of blood and hatred and violence, and so I will become that violence. I will be that hatred, and I will be exactly what we need. A sword against the darkness.
My name is Urgra Dropper, and I am a dependable ambassador. I was the only half-breed in my mother's tribe of orcs where the threat of being eaten constantly hung over my head. And yet, those were some of the happiest times of my life compared to my time with the Revenant. I was 12 when I first picked up a bow and started hunting, and I quickly found that people make the most interesting prey and often deserve an arrow in the head far more than most monsters. Magic and even the Three Sisters were always something weird and sinister to me. That is, until by chance I crossed paths with the High Priestess Alundra, who showed me that magic, like everything else, can be used for good or for evil. And that's what I'll keep on repeating to myself every time one of those stuck-up magical morons say something that makes me want to cut out their tongues.
The following program features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
Yeah, cannibal lizard.
Oh,
Wings.
come on. You're doing it for greed. You
All right,
saw
we
the
are
ring.
back.
I
Thanks
didn't
everybody
agree with
for
it.
sticking with us. We left off with a split party, 2 of them on one end, 2 on the other. But we have Kurtz and Finley, who we are going to be starting back up with. And you guys are seeing Durkos bury his foot into Itch's face as he's pushing him into the mud. Oh, Durkos, wait! I apologize! And you hear Durkos' voice just kind of boom from his chest. You know the procedures. You must request to become in front of me. And he said, I am so sorry, Your Eminence. It's just like his face is just completely pushed into the mud. Forgive me, it will never happen again. You dare to bring these outsiders into our village. Explain yourself. They have lots of reasons for being here. They know what's going on. As he's like getting pressed further and further, and his mouth is kind of like starting to get mud pressed into it. Durkos, please, I'm sorry. Gold, they have gold. And you'll see his foot stop pressing him in, and they'll lift the foot off. Oh, he's flicking the mud off of him, and he instantly like takes a knee and he's bowing to him. Forgive me, I am so sorry, but they, well, and he'll kind of turn to the 2 of you kind of in desperation.
Mm-hmm. I just look up at Kurtz. Like,
okay. Well, Chieftain, what's his name? Durkos.
Mm-hmm.
Chieftain Durkos, if
Good
we
sir.
may please speak.
Itch, you have many things you can learn from these outsiders. They at least know our rules better than you do. Get away from me now! Yes, as you wish, Durkos. Right away! And he will whistle for his mount, and the mount will be kind of dashing up next to him. He'll hop onto it as it's running by, and you'll see the both of them just kind of dash into the center away from you guys.
Oh, there he goes. Okay.
We'll wait for permission from Durkos to speak.
Sure. Go ahead.
Chieftain Durkos, it is an honor to be here amongst your people and your village. We were sent here by the Aarakocra. They told us that you had stolen their brood and requested that we serve as an intermediary between your 2 people.
Yes, that we did, and we think that this sent a message of how powerful we are and that they cannot intrude on our business any longer.
And undoubtedly, Chieftain Durkos, your power is not to be trifled with, as we have seen. Your numbers surely outnumber theirs, as I'm sure you know, and we have seen the defenses you have set up to repel their attack. But we are here as diplomats and would request an audience.
I believe we can go inside. Come, follow me.
Of course, Chieftain.
And he will kind of step inside, and you guys can follow in. There'll be
I look up at Kurtz like just nonverbal cues.
and there will be
Connor's like, I don't see a thing.
there'll be
See.
there'll be several guards that are kind of positioned at all the different corners of this building, and as you guys go in, you're going to see that it's actually quite ornate inside of here. There are wooden structures and furniture and stuff like that all set up, and there's a massive wooden chandelier that is not lit that's hanging from the third level of this mud structure that's hanging from. It's not lit or anything, and it looks precariously close to the thatching that's above it. Maybe that's why it's not lit, but it seems like very poor design, but the rest of it seems pretty ornate. And there is kind of this throne chair, and he will sit upon it, and you'll notice that there's kind of a hole in the back of the throne, and it obviously for his tail. As he kind of sits in, you can see the tail kind of going back about. What's that?
Nothing. I was like, that has to be uncomfortable.
And you'll see his massive muscular tail just kind of flicking back and forth, kind of peeking from the sides of the throne. So you are allies with those disgusting creatures.
No.
That's good to hear.
We have simply been hired by them. I am, of course, this is my companion, Finley Shenanigans, Bard Extraordinaire. I am Kurtz Glaskin, chosen by the goddesses. We are merely acting as I said before, intermediaries between your two people, as we suspect that an Aarakocra showing up to your doorstep would not have been met with such gracious manners.
That'll work. While we're standing in here, DM, besides Chieftain, how many dudes are in here?
8 or 9 of them.
All on this floor or on different floors looking down on us? Or
They're all on the same base floor, yep.
So this isn't like a 3-story tall building with floors, it's just that tall with just one floor, just open air in here?
Exactly.
Alright, we can see 9 plus him.
Right, but there are, as you guys saw from the exterior, there were 4 extensions to this building, which those doors are closed. You're not sure what are behind those.
Cool, that's awesome. And about how big is this place? Like, his throne is, just to help me with the visual, because there's a point to this question. If you're looking down on this place, is his throne kind of like in the middle?
Yes.
And how far away are we from him?
It's 60 feet across, so about 30 feet, 25 feet, depending on how far into the building you are.
So 60 feet diameter?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. And if we walk, we're maybe, 15 feet away from him, 10-ish, because he's in the middle? Here's the reason for my question, because as Kurtz is doing his thing, I'm going to reach my hand into my pocket, and I'm going to slowly start twiddling around my copper coin in my pocket. I'm going to do detect thoughts in here.
Okay.
And it's a 30 feet, and it's not only just for people that I can see, but it's also for things that I can't see. So it can actually ping things behind closed doors and stuff, as long as it's not, 2 feet of lead or some shit that's in the thingy. I don't know if you can see that on there. Because you said there are some closed doors in here that we can't see who's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from where we are, 30 feet around from me, not only the chieftain, but any kind of soldiers that are in here, and it also picks up things that I can't see, but I'm just doing the top level stuff, because I just want to know if this goes bad. For 60 seconds, and I might even do it again after that. So for the first minute of their conversation, I might pop it off twice, but I just want to get a general sense of where are we at right now. I'm going to start with the chieftain. I'm just going to start hop, skipping, frogging along with anyone that I can and or not can see.
All right, so
just to help you out with that whole, that's a lot to think about,
sure.
But go with that.
So it does seem like there are probably as many people as you see here, that many throughout the other rooms.
Okay, so I am pinging up
like
thoughts
40
in rooms that I can't see.
Right. So 5.
Okay,
6, 7,
that's
8,
good
9.
to know.
So there's 9 in here, possibly another 9 plus the countless ones that were
Fuck.
Right. So and just with the visual that you gave us there. So if we walk into him, so I don't know if there's anyone behind him in any rooms, but I would say probably a decent amount from the half towards us. If there's anyone that I can't see in some other rooms, I should be able to pick up on those guys.
Okay.
So I'm reading more than just what we see, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay, great. And anything on the top level of the chieftain while Kurtz is talking at all?
Yeah, I can. We'll get the conversation going, and then I'll.
Sure.
Break
So I'm going to
that.
do him, and I'm going to do all the soldiers, but I'm not going to delve any deeper for this first minute, just so you know.
Okay.
Continue your conversation, gentlemen. You're doing great.
Chieftain Jerkoff, we are here to request the release of the Aarakocra infants, eggs, fetuses.
Yeah, you only know the rates.
We have secured the future generation
How
of
do you
their
mean?
people.
Oh.
And we will not release them unless they agree to give us the complete control over the business.
Now, Chieftain Jerkoff, while your people are numerous and your strength is great, can your people alone handle the expanse of this industry?
We have not yet met any enemy who can stop us from what we declare we are going to do. And we have declared that we will become the only ones in this business. Their presence has cut into our earnings dramatically.
Can you not supplement those earnings? And since your people are so mighty, perhaps with mercenary work?
We wish
I only ask, Chief Jerkoff, out of concern for the livelihood of your people, of course. The Aarakocra are of no concern to me or my companion. That's a lie.
Sure.
I just shrug. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Sure. Are they really? Is it really a lie? Do we care?
Well, whether or not they submit to us, we have come up with another plan of ensuring that they will not be able to compete with us down the road. In fact, we've already begun it. The first one has happened as we speak.
Chieftain Jerkoff, if I might inquire on this plan, though my friend and I are merely simple, fleshy beings, perhaps if you explain it to us in the most simplest of terms, we may be able to grasp the great plan that you have concocted.
My second in command, Itch, mentioned you had with you some persuasive metals.
We do have gold with us, yes. Our original intention was to simply purchase the Aarakocra infants from you, eggs, whatever we want to call them. Unfortunately, negotiations with your second in command fell through. He is a skittish creature.
He's an idiot.
Of course, Chieftain, as you say.
He shows a lot of promise. He is good at leading on the battlefield, is why he has earned his position. But as far as leading our people, he's a fucking idiot.
Well, Chieftain, there are two sides to every coin. If he embodies the tactical side, I am sure that you embody the strength of your people.
Yes, they do whatever I tell them, without question.
Absolutely, as it should be for a man of your position and power. However, that still leaves the matter of the Aarakocra infants. We are willing.
Eggs.
We are willing to pay a sum of gold to free them, and if not all of them, then a large portion of them, and perhaps with more gold you can be persuaded to let the rest of them go.
Well, I can be persuaded to let you walk out of here with your heads still attached to your bodies.
And what would that cost?
It's a fair question.
That is a fair question.
I'd like to know the answer to that, Alex.
Everyone values their head more than others. You tell me, what is it worth to you?
As he kind of leans back into his throne, and his little claws are kind of his long nails are kind of ticking on the armrests of his throne.
What do I know? Seeing as Kurtz grew up in a multicultural town with a druid who is knowledgeable of many different religions and cultures and all that, would Kurtz know anything about the lizard folk religion or belief system?
Belief
Is it-
system, no, but you guys did have a run-in with them during the Session 0 stuff, and you do know that they like their monies.
Money.
So, kind of, they're not as much of an imbecile, but think of them kind of like Ferengi from Star Wars. Or from Star Trek, excuse me.
Never seen.
Where
They
they
everywhere.
They like money.
Exactly. And so, that's what the dealings was with you guys, yeah.
I'll pull out my coin purse, and it has 199 gold in it.
Okay.
I also have a silver mirror, which has got to be worth something. So I'll toss that in the pile too. Be like, Chieftain Durkos, this is all that my companion and I have on us at the moment. No small sum, I assure you. And should you allow us to leave with our heads, most graciously, we would beg of you that you allow us to leave with at least some of the eggs in order to assure the Aarakocra that while you are mighty, you are also benevolent in your dealings, and a deal made is a deal kept.
This sum is adequate for you to leave here with your head still attached. And you were asking about an example of the demonstration. I believe I can make that happen as well. And perhaps you can bring a message back to your friends, your allies, the disgusting birds. You say you don't work for them, but I can
Our employers.
smell them all over you.
While we were at their floating island.
And you will...
Truth be told, I smell like fish. Just saying. Just,
Okay.
I thought
I
you
smell.
smelled lilacs and
I have
lilies.
I have the vine oil on, so I smell like a fish. I don't
Oh,
smell
true,
like a bird.
true.
The
Okay.
fact that a lizard hasn't
but-
snatched you out of
Fuck
the
birds.
fucking...
But Finley, you washed it off, remember, with the bath.
I think he did that when we were
No, I
on
did
our
the
walk
vine
here.
oil when we were here.
Yeah, that was after.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I had that thought too, though.
Walking into the bad area, yeah, I'd put it on.
You'll see Durkos kind of signal to one of the guards that are on the side, and he will kind of turn, and there will be this metal flute that's attached to the side of this mud wall, and you'll see him blow straight into it, and you hear a loud alarm going on, like just this horn blast that is just echoing through this whole swamp area. And with that, we will pan over to Rin and to Urgra on the other side of the map, which I gotta find you guys.
Here's my cursor.
I'm shipping it. I was close. I was so close. All right, so you guys are going to hear the whoom kind of echoing from across there. In one instant, the chameleon one that you're seeing that is washing himself off, he's going to be alerted to the sound as you are starting to do the little hoots, but right as your hoots are going off, it's going to get immediately drowned out by the horn boom that's just echoing across, and you're going to see his attention be alerted, and he is going to, in one moment, just poof, he's going to go from where he is to the other side of the building, so you guys can see him for just a moment. He'll whistle for one of the mounts and will jump upon it and be just taking off through the mud, just splashing towards it, heading towards the sound of the alarm that blared off. What would you guys like to do?
Well, immediately remove the illusion so no one else comes. And I'll just be...
Does anyone else run off, like up the guards, or is it just him?
Just him. The other ones are like on high alert, and they're like watching, being very attentive.
Oh, this is not
everything
good,
going on.
Urbra. I think that Kurtz and Finley, they fucked up bad.
Well,
They
it's
fucked
not-
up really bad.
Okay. Is Horizon back from the note?
No, Horizon doesn't exist.
Damn it. Is Orion back from the note? I'm just going to say your bird. He doesn't get a name anymore.
Yep.
Sure.
Your
take it.
bird.
I don't know. DM will
Haven't you
let me
heard?
know when the birds...
Bird is the word. What were you asking?
No. Has the bird come back yet? Has Orion returned?
From the Aarakocra.
Remind me, I'm sorry, what did you send him to do?
I sent a note attached to him, so allowing him to give it to the heads up there that we were going to set fire and...
No, he's going to be gone for a while. So you guys were quite a ways from where the drop point was, so he has to kind of like fly back to where you guys came to and then go to where they are waiting for you guys.
Okay. So...
He's going to be gone for a while.
I think we just have to wait. We have some time on your spell, and
I don't have much time. It's going to run out rather quickly. We'll have to do some acting now. So, Ergra, can you just stay by me, if you don't mind? Just stay close. All right. And I'm going to... and keep an eye out for me if you can. I'm going to be concentrating a little bit. If you can make sure to help ensure that I don't step on anything, trip over anything, make sure that we can move stealthily and quietly.
You're going to be... Okay, I will do my best. Where are we going to go?
We're going to kind of be circumventing around just so I can get close enough to do what I need to do with everything.
Okay, tell me where you want to go.
All right, and
Ping, if you will.
I'll gesture often like the whole going around, like showing with a finger, moving in this direction kind of thing, heading over there in a way.
Okay. All right, I will help run along as best I can.
All right. And just to make sure, in case to try and make sure nothing looks in our direction, I will send messages to the lizard folks, and I will be doing it in a voice that's similar to them, as if like someone from the shore is going, "Ah, you look stupid today," or something that's taunting and really silly, and trying to make them look away from where we go. So hopefully, just to give an extra bit of
misdirection.
Sure.
Misdirection.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can start making your way around the tree line. As you're doing that, you can see that many of the lizard folk who were just doing day-to-day activities, they seem to be mounting up. And so a lot of them are going to be jumping on these different lizard mounts.
Oh, that's right. All right. All right. As they're moving around, I'm going to definitely make sure that we stay undetected, and I'm going to command my little fire methods. There be 5. And I'm going to, with my best calculations that I can, as Rin knows some of his stuff, he's going to look and tell them to just start at a certain tree line point and just start to spread fires in a way, in a kind of like make an arch almost. So he's going to try to want them to kind of start fires like that.
Okay. Okay.
And as they begin to kind of ignite far enough away where it won't necessarily be detected at first, but just to slowly start the fire build.
Okay.
And after they've done their startup there and bringing it back and making sure, because the methods will tell me whether or not they're happy with the fire. And it's like, is it going to burn? Come on, my little pretties. Is it going to burn? Good, great, burning great. Now let's go on.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming they love to set things on fire.
Little pyros.
Little pyromaniacs there, yep.
Okay, so we'll start it right here. Does that work?
Sure. Yeah, it's going like it's a line, so it's like little lines. So it's making a almost kind of like I'm starting up a trail that's going
okay
up and around. And once they do their version of that, they come back and they keep setting the fires, making sure that the ones they've got are still lit, and they're going like, yeah, we're happy with this. It's good. And once it's looking good, then I'll be like, okay, great. Now we go back over here, Ergra. Over here. We're going back the way we came.
Okay, so they start spraying away, and they have started the fire. It's going to take them some time to actually start, spreading it in the direction that you were instructing them to. But the fire definitely has started because it's magical. It's going to catch all the green stuff really fast. No problem at all. And it will start to spread all across, and many of the lizard folk are going to be, their attention is going to be caught, but not all of them.
That's fine. Okay, that's just one part as we go around back the other way. We're going to do the other side.
Okay.
And as I slowly circumvent around, if anything looks like they're maybe looking our direction, I'll try to distract them to go the other way. And again, the methods, as we get to probably around there, I guess, is I'm going to then start doing a very similar version of sending them off in that direction and starting the beeline fires all basically around the village, going into 2 corners if I can. Once they get to this corner, though, at this point, I will tell them All right, now I want you to continue your strafing and just burn the entire forest all the way up to the north and around until you get back to your other flame. Connect the fire ring, and then just stop once you've reached the other fire.
Wow.
So eventually they're just going to be doing a version of, dink, 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 to connect it and make like a horseshoe.
Okay. This is going to take quite some time.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to start it sooner than later.
Sure. Okay. All right, and so it'll take you guys several minutes to get back around because you're trying to be not detected in the really thick forest. So you guys can get the first one started, make your way around, get the second one started. That is going to take quite a while, actually. But the fires are going. Some of the lizard folk are going to start reacting. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we pan back to the other two?
Just telling my methods to burn it all. Burn it and make fire hazard chaos. Just absolute burn it everything.
What about Urgrot?
And so we told the Aarakocra
The
to meet
roll.
us around here. That's where we wanted them to land, where it's kind of safe.
Behind us, I would imagine we'll be going in this direction, away.
Okay.
So it's we're going to go away. I marked an X.
Okay.
They should hopefully spot us.
Okay. And I actually just realized I was going over some of my magical capabilities. I can actually pass without a trace everyone in that hut. Numbers don't matter. It's just whoever is within my radius. Of...
Really? Oh, excellent, Urba. Then if you can do that on all the little birds, that would be splendid.
Be helpful, at least.
Now, while those little methods are doing their things, I'm going to see if there's anything I can find here, because I was in there and I saw what kind of food were they being fed?
Nuts,
sunflower seeds,
berries, stuff like that.
Would you say things that are locally grown around here, in a way?
It's all organic. They went to fucking Whole Foods.
All right, either way, Urgra, inside there are definitely
more of it.
food trays and other pieces of meals that they're giving them and allowing them to feed. Make sure to grab some of that, or I'll grab it with you when I go in there, and we'll try to, use it as an extra, follow the bird train. Over here, birdies, come this way. So that's what we'll try to do.
All right.
Oh, piece of candy.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right.
Can't go wrong.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
How
All right.
far am I from the wall? To
From
bust
jump
through
it?
that. Yeah, we're gonna have to
Into
I'm
the
just gonna
fire?
Freight train. Yeah,
There is a river that is dividing it, which would be clear escape for you guys.
it's full of giant lizards.
They're not going to care about that. They're caring about the fire.
It's gonna be awesome. It's fine. It's gonna be great.
It will take a while for that to spread, but we got that at least started. All right, so going back to Finley and Kurtz, who are inside of Durkos's hut here. What would you guys like to do as the goes off?
Wait to see what the fuck is going on. Like what that was for.
All right. So.
I was also ready in action in case someone throws a fucking spear at me again.
Amazing.
Just constantly dodging.
All right, so the front doors are still open, and you guys, after a few moments after the horn is blown, you hear the quick-paced footsteps of one of the mounts as it comes sliding into the mud that's in front of this door, and a lizard folk that's the same one that they saw earlier, but you guys are aware of, the chameleon gecko looking one is going to be coming up, and you're going to see holding in his arm, kind of like football carrying style, there's going to be a small little owl that has white and brown feathers all around it, but there is blood kind of like under his arm as he comes and brings it and kneels before Durkos and sets this little Aarakocra hatchling down, and it's going to be kind of facing towards Durkos, and the bird will kind of fall over. It's still alive. It's breathing. You can see it breathing, but it looks just like it's been through hell. And you can see that the wings have been derooted from the back of this bird, and the blood is just kind of slow. It looks like it happened a little while ago, but it hasn't fully coagulated, so you can see the blood just kind of dripping down the fur on his back. And as this lizard folk guy that brought him, as he turns towards the rest of you, you can kind of see the necklace kind of swing around as he turns very quickly. It's the same colors, these wings that are on, and he's going to kind of walk past all of you and is going to kind of stand outside, still close to the door. And you'll see Durkos stand from his throne with this little tiny Aarakocra on the ground, and you can see just kind of whimper as he goes up, and he takes his massive lizard claw hand and grabs the head of this little baby, picks it up and turns it facing towards the two of you.
See what I have done? I told you we came up with a way to keep their people from getting in the way of our business.
I slowly roll my eyes up at Kurtz.
Yeah, Kurt, I'm going to use Heart of Darkness.
What's a bird gonna do without wings?
Yeah, I'm going to use Heart of Darkness and then produce flame and hold it in my hands. Be like, Durkos, if this is going the way I at this point, the way I'm hoping it's going to go, then I, my companions, the Aarakocra, and every other person we can find are going to come to your village, and I will personally remove your head from your shoulders and sift your people like wheat.
Oh man, I don't know if you're looking at Finley, but he is super grinning at the sound of old Kurtz coming through in those words.
Oh, yeah. As he virtually spells doom.
I can already see where he's going to put Kurtz was here, like on one of the walls or something. I'm just looking around.
Looking for ideal lighting.
And if you don't mind me saying,
you're
chieftain,
back!
just a single tear.
Just one.
It sparkles into diamonds.
There you are! I missed you for so long!
And, Chieftain Durkos, I'm sure that your skin will make a fine cloak during the celebration feast.
These are big words coming from such a small little creature.
And he stands up full position. He's a good couple head heights bigger than you. His frame is this massive, thick, scaly hide all around him.
You know, Durkos, I killed a dragon once, and compared to that, you're nothing. Actually, compared to anything, you're nothing. My companion and I are going to be leaving.
And he'll take this little owl.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to blast
And he is going to throw it at you. So you're just going to see this flailing little hatchling body that's just blood just kind of squirting out the back of it is going to come, beelining, spiral almost, like straight to the chest. So as you see it coming towards you, Kurtz, what are you going to do?
Catch it.
Okay, so as you catch it, you kind of take a half step back to kind of brace as this thing is coming into you. And you can just see its eyes. It looks like it's just been crying and crying and crying. It looks like it's in an immense amount of pain.
I will also do Spare the Dying.
Okay. So as you're kind of holding it, you're kind of, making sure that it doesn't, this creature doesn't die that's in your arms, looking really pathetic and just terrible. Durkos will be kind of pacing back and forth, and you can see the blood is just pumping through him. He's getting excited, going back and forth.
Finley, hold this.
You seem to be very good errand boys. Doing the bidding of your masters, as we should call it. I have been unimpressed with all of you so far. Speaking of treaties and peaceful resolutions, my people and our way of life will be preserved.
Your people live in the mud with the insects and worms. We are leaving.
In
We'll be back.
Finley's mind, it's like, so plan M-N-O.
We're on plan like
we're a P now. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll go and kind of stand over the pile of gold that you placed out. He'll put his foot over it. You see the claws just kind of wrap around this sack that you lay on the ground. You can hear the coins just kind of jingle as they shift around his heavy foot as he's pressing into it.
Perhaps you should leave. Take that pathetic thing as a message to your masters, worm.
I'm holding this
Finley.
little owl thing, just petting it. Yeah, Kurtz.
I'm just gonna spit on the floor in front of him and turn around. Walk out.
Okay. All right. So the gold you guys gave bought your heads. They're not going to kill you. But they are going to be wanting you to leave. And
I'm broke.
as you guys step outside of this main hut, you guys can see that at 2 different locations around this village, there's smoke starting to plume up, just pouring around from both sides. And the guy who was next to you, this one right here, he's going to jump back onto the mount, and he's going to scream out in Draconic towards the chieftain inside. And he's going to respond back in Draconic, and all the people that are inside of this hut are all going to start rushing out the doors, and it's going to kind of like make you guys kind of shift out of the way so you don't get trampled by them. As they all
Can I try and trip one?
You can.
Yeah. I'll just hold out my foot.
Don't do an at-1 and trip yourself.
That would be hilarious.
There were stealth trips, and then there's trip.
Give me.
Can I use athletics?
Sure. Yeah.
Swoop. So I'm just holding on to this little baby Aarakocra thing.
Owlet.
Outlet thing.
It shouldn't be bleeding anymore.
I'll just say, it's alright, little one. You're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word on it.
Okay.
Just to give it some hit points.
Okay.
And that's a 28 for my athletics.
And that's actually 6 points of healing, not just 2.
All right. You will be successful in tripping this lizard folk as he's coming out of there, and you'll see him just kind of eat shit and just plant straight down into
I will
the
laugh
mud.
at that. Oh, okay. Nope, sorry. Are you alright? I don't really care. And we're just gonna keep walking.
Keep your chin up, kid. I'll kill you in a day.
I need a con saving throw from you, Kurtz.
Oh, damn.
Are they poisonous? God damn it.
Everything you touch is
You're
poisonous.
good at these.
I think this is a good time to make our exit as I start walking a little bit this way.
Hey.
All right, so the
we're
one
not
that
going?
is on the mount there that you guys saw, he is holding his staff out towards you, and you start to see some magic swirling around the end of the staff as he's trying to get something to go off towards you, but you are able to keep the effects from happening. But it seems like he's going to retaliate against you guys if you don't get out. Like,
Do I see
right
him
now.
do that?
Yes.
As he does that, and I see Kurtz kind of grab his head for a second and kind of shake it off a look, I'm going to say, hey, you! Does he look at me?
No, he's going to be fixated on Kurtz, and you're going to see the mount is going to be slowly, just one step at a time, moving towards Kurtz as the magic
I'll
is
run
starting
back
to
over there.
swirl.
I'll run back over in front of Kurtz as he's pointing the spear and I'll be like, oi, you! Now is he looking at me?
Yeah, as you step in the way, yes.
Hey, here's an idea. I suggest you stop pointing that pointy stick at my friend. Get off your big dragon lizard-looking thing and run that way. They need your help. And I'm going to cast suggestion.
Okay.
What way is that way?
I pointed like that way towards the other way from the exit.
The
I guess it would
opposite
be this.
direction.
I guess it would be this way for you guys, but for me it's this way because I'm mirrored.
By opposite of exit, do you mean directly back where we are, that way?
Exit
way.
or exit?
This way?
No,
You
this
send
way.
him this way?
I'm pointing in this direction.
He's dumb as a bag of
He
hammers.
fails that with
He is
both
gonna
of
fail.
them.
So as he'll kind of pull the staff back, and the magic essence that was starting to coalesce at the tip of it as it's pointing towards Kurtz, you're going to see the magic kind of rescend off of it, and he's going to pull it up, and he's going to kind of do this war cry, and he's to these other lizard folk that are around him, and he's going to start running across this this tilted over tree log that's across, kind of making a bridge. Who will take your suggestion, and there is something going on with the fire anyway. So he's going to take himself and the rest of them to start responding to that. So you're going to see all of them kind of scattering and chasing off after him, some of them whistling and jumping onto...
Cool. He left his lizard mount behind, yeah?
No,
I told him to get off of it.
Tell him to get off.
Oh, you did? Okay, then yeah.
I look over at Kurtz and be like, grab the thing,
I cannot drive a lizard.
Well, today's the day you learn. Grab the thing.
Not well, but you can still try.
No, I think we should just... I really think we should just run out of character.
Hold on.
Because my animal handling isn't great either.
I mean, it's better. It has to be better than my -3.
Fuck. Can I get some inspiration?
Yeah, I can inspire you. I say, hey, come on, Kurtz. Today's the day you learned how to ride a lizard, and I will inspire you. I haven't inspired anyone yet today.
Fuck. I'm going to use an inspiration point.
All right. That sounds like a good time to use it. Thanks, viewers.
Come on, man. We need something here. Be better than that.
No! Oh my God! All right, so it's a 5.
You can still roll a D, whatever, on top of that.
I don't think that's gonna.
It's a D8, but still.
It's a crit fail, so it doesn't.
Oh no, it's a 5.
You
can
take
take 5.
You get the 5. You get the
5.
Well, maybe it won't kill me.
Just grab the thing.
11.
It's 11.
Respectable
11. Just grab the reins and let's go. It'll be a bumpy ride.
So is it gonna attack me? Because if it's not gonna attack me, if it's just gonna be hostile, I'm gonna like reach out for the reins and like, nope, we're running.
Yeah, it's not going to be cool with you. Yeah, definitely not.
Finley, it's a great plan, but let's get the fuck out of here.
It was just in aggressive mode, as its rider was just like coming up to you with it, sending hostile commands. He gets off and starts running. He's not having it. He's not wanting it to. Yeah.
Yep. Bye. Come on, Finley, and I'll pick him up too, and just start running away.
Holding on to the little outlet thingy.
Football carry.
All right, so the two of you can start to take off back towards, the switchbacks that are going as the fire is starting to build up. Let's pan over to Rin and Urgra as the fire is starting to spread.
Once we get out of range of any bad guys, I'm like, well, that could have went a little better, but
honestly, it went pretty well considering.
We got one.
You're not dead.
That's pretty good, right?
We're not dead. We're not dead, and we got one.
Plan O was one outlet. That's it. We got to O there. Okay. As we're still running.
Like 3/4.
All right, so
not the best outcome.
Many of the lizard folk are, rushing to the two different sites where the fire is, and they are bringing with them these large canisters that they are strapping to the whole saddle system of these lizards, and bringing over large bits of these swamp waters, and they're trying to chuck it towards and putting out. They're actually doing, because of the sheer numbers of them and their speed, they seem to actually be not putting out the fire that's in front of it, but they seem to be focusing on like soaking the area that looks like it's spreading. So those paths that you're trying, so it is going to be able to spread a little bit, but I mean, like, all that was going to take a lot of time, and it hasn't been that long since it's happened. So they're starting to respond. The methods are trying to blow the fire, but they're over there trying to keep it from spreading. What are you guys going to want to do?
Are any of the other lizards going over there to help?
These ones here are staying close to Isabebes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use some little messaging whispers and try to pretend as if someone's yelling at them, going, "Quick, help us the fire before it spreads! The buildings, the chiefs, precious, they'll be destroyed! Hurry! Quick, run!" Trying to get them to go over there. Go get out of there.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Ah, fuck my disadvantage.
Yep.
Alright, here we go. Please, persuasion. Here we go. Oh, 17.
17. All right, I will get rid of 2 of them. Okay.
Oh, I meant the ones closer to 4.
What's that? Yeah, they were on the backside of it.
Oh, they were? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
So has the bird returned yet?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have a fancy way to get us across, or are we just going to try and wade this river?
I mean, the lizard mounts are walking in it. We can see how deep it is while they're patrolling it, can't we?
They're swimming.
They're
These
swimming
giant
it?
things are swimming, yeah.
They're swimming it. Okay.
You can blink.
Well,
it's kind of like an
but
alligator. Their bodies are kind of like whipping back and forth with a rider on them, so they're just like they're going very, very quickly as they swim.
It's just getting okay. All right. Ergra, can you make some distractions to make sure they're just not looking initially in this direction?
I'm really not the best at distraction stuff. I'm better at sneaking. I mean, I'm confident if you can get yourself across, I can get myself across, I think.
I'm worried about getting the birds across.
Well, we may have to send another letter to the Aarakocra to
I
pick
can
them
form
up.
an ice bridge if the methods can breathe and freeze the water to try and form a small way for them to at least walk that way and pile it on with debris and straw and dirt to make it more friction-based. I'll try that, but I can't
Okay.
have them watch me make it. They need to look away.
Okay, I can. Well,
There
I
you go,
can.
infants.
I
Walk
can,
on this ice path. Good luck.
I mean, so well then. Okay, if I'm drawing their fire, then are you gonna lead the chicks?
I'll try to, but I thought you could just maybe make a distraction over there so they don't look. Okay. Ergra, distract them enough so I can send the methods to do their thing. Once the methods, maybe they can. Do I see a behind me? How thick and dense are trees?
They're pretty thick and dense, but it's more so that the wall that's in between the forest and
There's also a 6-foot wall. Yeah.
Yeah, well, 6 foot at your spot. The other part's like 20 feet tall.
Oh yeah, but that's still.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
chicks, it might as well be 100.
Right.
Right. Well, no, because then what I'll try to do is maybe perhaps have the methods at that time go back there, see if they can maybe take one of these supposed beams, start battering it down to the point that they can knock it over and make a log bridge with it.
No?
Okay. While
I
you're
think-
doing that, it's gonna make some noise, so I need the both of you to roll initiative.
I thought it was so much farther away.
No, they're pretty close, and they're on high alert right now. So, yep, I need you two to roll initiative.
They don't
Alright, it's
freaking
coming,
care
it's
about the fire.
All right, I gotta take this off for combat.
Oh, that's right. I think I'm on disadvantage. Oh, whatever. There we go.
Sean,
luck.
who has Finley and mine weapons?
You gave it to some of the lizard folk guards at the front entrance.
See, I don't remember giving it to them. They just said to leave them here.
That's true. It was just unarmed, so
I'd have
We-
to check.
we
I
could
thought I
have
kind of
them.
dropped them.
Yeah, I'd have to check the last stream, but
They
I don't think it was ever really.
they would have taken them.
We could have taken them from you. But it won't.
All right. So where exactly is the wall then?
It's gonna be right where the edge of the green is.
The island. There's a lot of green.
No,
Oh,
right
I
here.
know. I thought it was behind us. I thought it was like there was a perimeter wall over here.
No, the wall is the exterior on the other side. So
Oh,
all of
no,
the
no,
swamp
no.
water.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was completely. No, I wouldn't have sent the methods straight over there to do that. I'm sure eventually we're going to get into combat, but I would never have sent them to do that. Oh, dang it.
All
have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only way we can do this is have the Aarakocra come down where they are and pick them up. We're not getting them past all of this nonsense. We can maybe give the Aarakocra some cover as they pick them up. That's, I think, the best we can do.
All right, well, it's up to Sean whether or not to say that we're still in this or.
All right, if
What
you
up?
guys are gonna retreat, I'll allow it. But if you're gonna try to go in, the combat's they're aware of you since they were starting to pound down on the wall.
Well, we
No,
didn't.
yeah,
we thought
I
the
mean-
wall was on the other side of the river.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, and I thought it was just going to be like a start to cut away from it.
If you guys, once you that they're alerted to, if you guys just want to get the fuck out of here, I'll allow that, and we can disregard the combat. Like they'll be checking out the area, so you wouldn't be able to go back unless you wanted to get back into combat. But if you guys are not wanting to enter it, I would allow you guys to. You're still on the other side. You'd have enough time to be able to run away.
We can get away.
Right.
We can't do this by ourselves, Rin.
No. I know. And since the methods themselves aren't going to last much longer, I will use them as a cover for retreat. So they'll just basically suicide themselves all the way forward and start buying us time.
Buy
to get
time?
out.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay.
All right.
Have them just suicide bomb all the buildings inside.
I wish I could, but since they're just the ice ones and all the fires have left, they don't have the contrasting element to.
Yeah, they can't destroy the wall or whatever, though.
I mean, they'll start destroying things whatever they can and buying us time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like a fuck you to Lizardman.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So where are you guys headed? Back to.
Where we were going to meet the Aarakocra with the chicks.
All right.
Well, I mean, we need Kurtz and Finley. I mean, too.
I mean, why don't you meet the Aarakocra? I can move faster than you. I can meet up with. I can start doing another perimeter for Kurtz and Finley, and I'll meet you where we're supposed to meet the Aarakocra.
Right. All right. I'll try to see if I can get the. Hopefully, Orion will start flying back somewhat.
Yep, and Urgra just takes to the trees and is Naruto running using her spider boots, jumping from branch to branch.
Okay. I love it. The arms behind you.
The Sagios playing in the background.
Okay. So Kurtz and Finley, what were you guys planning on doing?
We want to get our weapons and get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
So once we're starting to get back to where that initial welcoming band was, I'm going to say to Kurtz as we get a little closer. All right. So what's the plan as we're trying to get out of here now? So that could have went better, but it was not that bad.
Well, we paid our way out, so hopefully we can just walk out of here, get our weapons, come back with the Aarakocra and maybe a few more allies, and slaughter everyone here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that could be fun. So
It's a good Saturday, yeah.
So as we get out of here, we're just gonna tell them that's what. Should we just say, all right, we're going. Chieftain Durkal said free to go. Just get our weapons and back to the island there for us.
You know, I get the feeling that these lizardmen are sort of meek when the chieftain isn't around or someone in control. So I feel like if we just confidence our way through this thing and maybe some intimidation, we can get out of here without any problems. And if we do have any problems, we'll just kill them.
Fine. Okay. Right. And I do have some spells that could at least buy us some time if we need to just make a quick run for it and buy us some time. All right.
I need my sword. I'm not leaving here without my sword.
Right. After that part. Yep.
Yep.
What's the squiggle marks that are on your token, Finley?
That might have been when he was invisible.
Okay.
It could be.
This is an old token,
I don't
an
remember.
old map.
Or
Okay.
when he was disguised or something.
I'm not.
Well,
I
he was
don't
mini
remember.
Kurtz for a
Oh,
bit, but
I
either
don't
way.
think anything else is going on. All right, so you guys are starting to go through the switchbacks. Well, hold on, boys.
I was trying to see my token so I could take the squiggle off.
I'm trying to run.
Oh, I already took it off. All right, so you guys are going through the switchbacks, coming back, and you can see the tarp that has overstretched the entrance with the wooden plankway with all of the guards that were on there, and they are still all up there as you guys are starting to make your way back through. And we're going to go on our next break. When we come back, we're going to figure out how these guys are going to get out of this. I hope everybody's having really fun. We're not done playing yet. We're about halfway through, but we'll be back in a couple minutes.
That went great. That went
Yeah. It was
right.
The dice are telling me it's a 20. We're sticking with it. Okay, just go. I'm gonna go over here because I'm gonna film this shit. I'm just gonna go.
Yes, this is my daughter, Melody.
Ah! Oh.
You shall find justice upon your soul. Turn it into a, let's go with a gelatinous cube.
Okay.
And I'll let it just go ahead and sit there and start dissolving the place up.
Yeah, we're on our phones. I'm gonna do this shit.
No, we're paying attention. Yeah, we're focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
I'll just sort of run my finger through the scar that goes across my head. Indeed. Grab it by the head, start slamming the skull into the stone wall next to me until the skull just shatters. Bend the fucking knee, peasants.
I'm gonna burn a lucky point.
Okay.
Oh my god!
It's meant to be.
Tell Caldevar, if you can, please, sir, that Kurtz Glaskin is going.
Come up to Rin and say, speaking of teamwork, do you have any offensive spells at all?
Right? He's got, really scruffy, nasty beard and kind of kicks his foot. Ow! Down, and he starts going off on this rift. Martha will turn to the crowd and he'll go, "Are you not entertained?" Hail, brave adventurer!
Hello there, everyone's favourite halfling bard, Finley Shenanigan here. Being the soulful adventurer that I am, and known for telling a tale or two, pull up a stool to grab a pint as I tell you a story about my favourite hero, me. In my years of travelling, I met people of all walks and cultures. Although the horsemen coming didn't affect me directly, I saw the toll they left behind. The destruction and devastation these villainous beings left in their wake sparked something within me. How was I, Finley Shenanigan, to become the greatest, most legendary bard that Candoria had ever seen, if no one was around to behold my glory? More importantly, where is Alundra? When will she be back? And what will she be wearing? Hopefully something revealing. Anywho, setting on my journey, I shared my glamour with those who had never witnessed such pure, unadulterated excellence before. My legacy was to replace their despair and unite the people for the war yet to come. In the end of the day, everyone can be a hero. Everyone has a little adventure inside of them. And if you don't, would you like one?
Salutations. I am Rin Anoran, historian of Candoria, renowned problem solver, an elf of esteemed conscience. When I became of age, I set out as a Rena and departed from my home of Othalos to the city of Egoras to study the arcane arts. With some difficulties, I was able to teach myself while working as a scribe in the library of Alashar. There, I produced a masterpiece of Candoria's history and its secrets, my manifesto, the true record of our world. However, even my aspirations dwindled when Alundra's guidance vanished, followed by the devastation from the horseman's wake. Despite all the wounds we have suffered, I shall never let our existence be forgotten, for I believe our best hope lies with our knowledge and story made eternal.
My name is Kurtz Glaskin, and I have lost everything that I've loved in this world. My daughters, my wife, my friends, all of them dead to the horsemen. And now I have a chance to redeem myself, to protect my friends, to lead humanity into a new age of light and hope. Alundra abandoned us, the goddesses abandoned us, and left us with these monsters. And I want to take everything from them that they've taken from us. I live in a world of blood and hatred and violence, and so I will become that violence. I will be that hatred, and I will be exactly what we need. A sword against the darkness.
My name is Urgra Dropper, and I am a dependable ambassador. I was the only half-breed in my mother's tribe of orcs where the threat of being eaten constantly hung over my head. And yet, those were some of the happiest times of my life compared to my time with the Revenant. I was 12 when I first picked up a bow and started hunting, and I quickly found that people make the most interesting prey and often deserve an arrow in the head far more than most monsters. Magic and even the Three Sisters were always something weird and sinister to me. That is, until by chance I crossed paths with the High Priestess Alundra, who showed me that magic, like everything else, can be used for good or for evil. And that's what I'll keep on repeating to myself every time one of those stuck-up magical morons say something that makes me want to cut out their tongues.
The following program features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
That's what I was doing.
All right, we are back. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. All right, so the party is still split, but they are getting the fuck out of the lizard folk village. Rin and Urgra set everything ablaze. They tried to get in there to rescue the rest of the hatchlings for the era Kakra. They made a little bit too much noise and was alerted. Everyone was alerted of their presence, so they decided to get out of there. I think Rin and Urgra split as well. Finley and Kurtz are making their way back to the entrance. So remind me real quick, Rin, Urgra, where did you guys say you were each going to go?
So I'm going to where the Aarakocra should hopefully be landing, and Urgra's going to go to Finley and Kurtz to try and get
At the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so going to where the Aarakocra, where they were, it seems like they got your message because they're not there. So they left to go to probably the X location. You sent the message for them to go to over this other spot. So Orion brought the message to them, and so they're not there.
They're not there yet, or they're just not there where I...
They were, but then Orion came and brought the message ahead of you. You told them in the note that you gave to him to give to them for them to go to the other spot. So as you arrive, they aren't there.
Whoa.
Man, this is so confusing.
I feel like this is a breakdown in communication.
Yeah.
So AJ said to meet for the Aarakocra to meet us at a certain place when smoke started. Smoke has started, and you're saying that when Rin gets to the place we specified, the Aarakocra are not there.
Oh, you went to the place you told them to go.
Yes.
I did, yeah.
Oh,
Where Rin
I thought you were saying you went to where they dropped you off.
No.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Rin, yeah, you are going to find them, so we can start with you. Yeah, so they're the four that brought you. Will be kind of hunkered down, and eventually they'll signal for you to bring you in.
Oh, hello. Glad to see you made it all right. So there's a problem, a tiny, very small little problem, really a big problem. They are attempting to try and... Okay, so your younglings have hatched prematurely. They're all right, but because of the humidity and the atmosphere, they have already emerged. But the lizard folk believe that the best way to stifle the competition is to make it impossible for you to be capable of flying. So they're cutting off the wings.
And they'll kind of look at each other. They're doing what?
I know, it's absolutely ghastly. I tried to see if we could maybe get them, but the distraction I gave them, not all of them seemed interested to go off in that direction, so it seemed that we were unable to get in there in time. I don't think we have much time to waste, but we have to act very carefully, and we can't necessarily go immediately headstrong into it, because I feel like perhaps they might just hold them as hostage or just kill them outright. So we need to be very clever about this, but we need as much help as we can. If you wait here for a moment, Urgra, Finley, and Kurtz should return shortly as we've updated them about the current troubles.
Okay. Their general feeling is going to be, just to kind of fast track this, just the four of them and the four of you is definitely not enough. So they're thinking they should probably go back and tell Ark what's going on.
Sure. You could go. One of you may absolutely go up and do that, and at least have a couple stay here just in case if we need to convene or share information and update you with plans that might be made.
Well, the four of us are your rights. Should we just gather everyone up and take you all back up? We all go together.
We'll wait and see once they get here. Yes, we'll figure it out once they all arrive.
Okay. So you can kind of bring the four of them. So Urgra, you can just kind of head southwest where you are. It's really close. That's where Rin is with the birds as they kind of come up. But while you're waiting to do that, let's go over to Finley and Kurtz, who are making their way past the zigzags to the entrance /
Cool.
exit.
As we're running, as we feel like we're starting to get close to where the guy originally took us back, say, Kurtz, I think I have a plan. You need to hold this. You need to hold this note. Just follow my lead, and I'm going to hand the little outlet over to him.
Okay.
I take the outlet.
Cool.
Okay.
As we're running, I'm going to cast Disguise Self, and then make myself look like Itch.
Okay, interesting.
How do I sound? Do I sound like him? No, it's still me. Do I sound like him? Kind of close, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I
Okay,
don't see
cool.
how this could go wrong.
We're gonna get our weapons, and I'm gonna send them back into the thing. We're gonna get the hell out of here. Okay, go. And we're gonna bust out into the thing.
Okay.
Eventually.
All right. So you're gonna look like him. You're gonna be a little bit shorter, but since you're running,
I could be a foot taller. If that
sure.
Works.
So you're just gonna tell them to run back in there.
Yeah, so they're all up on these things, so hopefully there's enough of a distance where, since I'm down below them, and I'm down below, I say, everyone! First of all, where is this man's weapons? I'm gonna point. Chieftain Durkos said to let this man go, and we need to hurry back to the main village. We're under attack!
Give me persuasion with advantage.
Sweet!
Hurry, you sons of bitches. You're under attack. So give me my sword first.
Persuasion. What the hell
Luckily,
is
he
there?
can't roll ones.
That's a vintage.
23. Amazing. So they'll indicate the weapons are up on top of this wooden bridge that's across, which is a little bit of a climb up there, but they'll indicate to that. And then as you tell them to like go back in there, they're all just start to rush toward.
Do I see any of them on one of the lizard mounts?
No, they're all going to be on foot.
Fuck! Alright, that's fine.
Yep.
And I'll say, everyone, go to the main hall and wait further instructions inside! Hurry, go! I'm just gonna wait for them all to go, hurry! As they all just run that way. I want to make sure I'm the last one.
Yep. They will all start to move towards the... Oops, I just moved Kurtz. My bad.
It's fine.
Don't want to accept their cost! Run faster!
Okay.
Once I have my sword and everyone's gone, are we like alone here for a second?
Yes, you are.
All right, I'm going to hand the owlet back to Finley. But that was a good job, Finley. Now, you might want to stand back. I'm going to start producing flames and just chucking them at the wall.
Oh, okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, still stuck in character there. Hold on, and I will drop disguise self once they leave.
Okay.
Once I feel like they're gone enough.
Yeah,
back,
as soon as we're alone, I'm going to start lighting their wall on fire.
Give it a moment.
Guys.
Yes. Hi, Ergra.
We have a situation. Oh wow, you had the same idea as Rin.
Yeah, isn't that weird? When you can control fire, you just want to burn people with it. By the way, we're killing everyone in this village.
Yeah, we're not. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's
there.
Finley, by the way. Don't kill it. Don't fucking kill him.
For some reason.
Don't forget, Ergra can see past illusions.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
I dropped it already too. I was just still stuck in voice. Sorry. Just nope. I'm good now.
Everyone's favorite. Okay, I'm good.
Everyone's favorite. Yep. There it is. Yeah. So Ergra, as I show the owlet out, yeah, they're chopping off their wings. Okay, so everyone's dying here. Kurtz is on board. I'm on board. They're all on death board.
Ergra slowly tries to take the owlet from Finley.
It should be like okay now after everything we pumped into it.
It's no longer bleeding, but obviously the wings are gone. Yeah.
And I healed it a little bit.
And you see her handle this chick more delicately than anything you've ever seen her do before.
And as you pick up this chick and kind of hold it to your chest, you'll see it kind of look at you with these big eyes, and it looks very, very tired, and it will kind of do these kind of slow blinks as it closes its eyes, and its head will kind of nuzzle into your chest as it just kind of... You'll hear a little sigh of relief as it kind of tucks into your arms.
And why did they do this?
To stop the Aarakocra from infringing on their business. No wings mean they can't fly, which means they can't ferry passengers.
Yeah, there's a big difference between, competition through business excursions and trying to wipe out a whole race and/or slash their way of... Yeah, no. Anyway, no.
To be perfectly honest, we were discussing maybe allying with the Lizardmen instead, but after this, we're going to slaughter everyone in this village. Not just the men, but the women. But not the children, too.
Finley does not flinch at any of that.
Oh my gosh.
So, Rin is meeting with the Aarakocra. We found out where the chicks are being kept. The rest of them are thankfully unharmed. So you're going to follow me, and it's going to get a little hot. But we're going to meet Rin and the rest of the Aarakocra. And
All right, lead
Burger
on.
turns around to the forest and starts running.
Yep,
Okay.
just let me finish up here, and I'll light a few more places on fire. And
Okay. All
You
right.
know, this is actually a really good time to see what this does. I haven't really tried it out yet. I'm going to take out one of these lanterns and throw it, because I haven't seen what it does yet.
A lantern star.
This is a good time for experimentation. Yeah,
I have it lit over
5
there
of
on
them.
fire.
I have 5 of them. Now I have 4. I'm going to throw one. What does it do?
What was the year that was?
It says they
Six.
explode in a 5-foot radius, doing 2d4 radiant damage. So
There you go.
what does that mean? Like I throw it at a spot and everything around that, so it's 9 squares. Does that make sense to you guys when I say that? The 9 squares
five-
around
yeah.
it, or 8, I guess technically.
Radius would be 10 foot across.
10 foot diameter.
So it'd be 2 by 2. So yeah, we do 2d4 radiant damage. Yep.
Can't zoom in any further. Is it so? It's like this, or it's like this. You know what I mean?
I can turn the grid back on. It'll make it a little easier.
It's that bigger square.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so like a 3 by it's 3 by 3 because if this was like the middle, right? It's everything around it.
Yeah. That
This guy.
That can work.
All right,
yeah.
cool. Okay, cool. Oh, it does. Oh, it did it. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's on fire. Let's go.
All right, if you guys go southeast from where you are, you will meet up with Rin, who has the bird people.
I'm gonna throw mine right there. Boom.
Oh, finally! Took you long enough.
We were occupied.
Well, we also had to get around a fire.
Are you still holding the outlet, or
You're
Let me
still
take it
holding
back.
the outlet.
You want me
I
to
am
take it
holding.
back?
Urgra is
I
holding
am
the outlet.
holding
She's
the
not letting go of
outlet.
that. Remember?
Someone's got an owl.
All right, cool. Good. Okay, continuing on.
All right. So I've updated the Aarakocra on what has happened, and they suggest that they immediately go up to try and get more reinforcements. Now I agree, more power the better, but I don't think we have that much time to spare to wait too long. Considering that, I think once the fire dies down and your threats that okay, sorry. I assumed I did make an assumption. Kurtz, did you threaten the man?
Not at first.
Did you eventually?
Yes.
All right. How dire of a threat did you give?
I told him I was going to kill everyone in the village.
Yep,
All right, I
right
think
up there.
That's
right
pretty
up
dire. All
to
right.
the top level. Yep, all the way up there.
I think he might try to act on the clipping soon rather than later. I think we need to move as fast as possible.
On that note, I don't know how much of the village you saw. There's a lot of lizard folk in there.
I saw quite a hefty some of them with Orion peering through his eyes. I could see a bit more of an aerial view.
Indeed. As much as I'm all for charging back in and getting the bloodshed started, I think that we're going to need the full force of the Aarakocra.
I do believe we'll need the full force, but I think we need to have a force that occupies them in one direction while we have another more stealthy force go in from behind and try to get the younglings out.
Now, on that note, when we were inside, the lizardmen seem fairly meek when their leadership isn't around. Not a lot of them act on their own. I mean, the ones at the gate literally just left as soon as someone who looked like them said something. I'm thinking maybe if we take out Darkov and his second in command, and probably they had a shaman with them too, take him out. So if we take out those 3, maybe the rest will just sort of crumble without any leadership.
And that's fair too. I mean, maybe this is just a Durkov plan. Maybe not the whole tribe's all down for, de-winging children. So maybe let's just start with the head of the beast and work our way down. Maybe we don't have to exterminate the whole civilization. Good plan. I like it. Let's go.
All right,
Well,
if you think that might be good, Urgra, can you get us close enough?
I mean, I can help you get yourselves close enough.
Durkov's hut is near the wall, so all we would have to do is make a small hole, get in, go into his hut, and then do our business there.
Time is of the essence, though, because if they're doing this, and I point the little outlet to all the rest of them, probably sooner than later would be better.
We're not at full strength. That's the problem.
Okay. Well, when you guys saying this is urgent, the Aarakocra will grab onto you guys and start.
Oh shit!
Flying you guys back
Whoa,
up
whoa,
to.
whoa, 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 whoa!
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, don't fly us yet. Put us down. Put us down.
Okay. I thought you were
like a rabbit in an eagle's.
Okay. No, okay.
Don't struggle, Ren. They'll drop you.
No. Now, either way, I can still safely float down. Kurtz needs to probably make an assumption of a plan of attack of some sort as soon as possible. If we're going in trying to stealthily and sneakily do that, we need to go now. You four might be able to go up and warn your leader and tell him, bring the clan down if you'd like. But we might need to go ahead of you. And call you as reinforcements.
Their advice is to bring all of you guys up there.
But
you guys can do something else.
I think we should move with the Aarakocra. That's my vote.
Are we closer to the fires that you guys started?
No, there's a break where we're hanging out.
We're close to the fire I started.
Okay, cool. Because you said that we did see the smoke coming out of the hut, but we didn't know that they started it, right?
Right.
And then Urgra did mention something about, you guys are doing fire too. That was right. Okay, so, all right, there's enough there. All right, so you guys, we saw smoke when we came out to the hut there. I mean, what you said something about fire. Was that you guys with the fire?
Yes, we were trying to distract them away from the nursery.
And how did that go?
Well, it seemed to cause enough of an alarm, but not enough for everyone to leave their guard post, I suppose, if that was the case.
Good guards.
Other than the Aarakocra, for sure. I'm used to sneaking around, but with this people and them on Harvard, it's a suicide mission. There's no reason for them not to kill the chicks as soon as they see one of us approach.
Or
how hard was it to get into the chick pen there where you were?
We just had the bird fly in and look, and he looked through its eyes.
I could technically get you in, though afterwards it might be a little harder.
Do we want to be instigating melee combat in a room full of baby birds that can be easily crushed or burned?
Well, all right, here's the current thought right now. If the Aarakocra go up and come back down with a force, well, who's to say that once they see the force coming in, they just wouldn't immediately either hold the birds as hostages and say, leave now or we kill them all? That's an easy way to stop them from coming in, or also just enacting upon the plan as soon as they see it and just try to clean it up as quick as they can before they all flee into the forest and wait for it to die down for them to come back. Because their goal is just to make sure the next generation can't fly. They could do that in a matter of an hour or less.
I think that if that was their sole plan, they would have just killed all the Aarakocra already. I don't see why. I honestly don't see why they're cutting the wings off and not just killing the next generation.
Power play.
Exactly. A threat's a threat, but if you follow up on it and show your enemies that you mean business, that's one thing. They know the Aarakocra are planning to attack. So I think that a full-on assault is going to occupy their full attention, especially if the four of us are causing a ruckus.
The thing is, Kurtz, with how this place is set up, you have about 40 chicks that are whole. They actually haven't been mutilated yet, but we need to get them out of the building, across a river that has giant lizards and lizard folk riding them, and then over a wall, and then you're in a swamp.
And how is that any different than any other plan that we have?
What I'm saying is, like I think what Rin said earlier, you need quite a few Aarakocra to be able to carry them and lift them off and get them out of there, because we can't do it.
All I'm saying is, I think that any plan we have, that even if we sneak in, the amount of guards in that colony, we're going to get caught. I don't think that there's any hiding that's going to last more than a minute or two. Like, even us getting inside the chieftain's hut there's at least 10 lizardmen in there.
Oh, no, there was actually a lot more. There's people behind hidden doors and things, so there was actually closer to 20, 30 of them, perhaps, that I got a ping on, at least.
I think that we're not gonna save all the Aarakocra. I think that's just something that we need to come to terms with. whichever ones we do save, it's going to be a very long and bloody slog to get them out of there.
I kind of like Kurtz's idea of cutting off the head of the lizard.
I think it's actually a pretty straightforward plan, to be honest with you. Perhaps maybe their whole civilization isn't all about, cutting the wings off of children.
So are you guys still not taken off yet, or are you guys talking while flying up?
I vote that we go see the Aarakocra and get them in on this because it's their kids, but like,
how many minutes or whatever was it to fly to the island from here?
15, 20.
We'll be gone for at least an hour.
It's not too bad.
Do you think he won't do his full...
Is anybody tracking what time of day it is right now, too?
I think it's like
so. Let me get this straight. You guys didn't actually
early.
You didn't go into the pens, so they have no reason to kill the rest of these children, right? So there's just fires in the woods, right? There's no reason to kill children. All right.
We also gave them a lot of money, so they might be content in thinking that that was the end of the negotiations. He did give us.
We got one.
We got one, and that was his concept of sending a message to the Aarakocra. So that was actually how our negotiation ended. We essentially bought our way out, and he gave us this to send to the Aarakocra as a message.
Let's go back with the Aarakocra. We need to search our efforts.
All right, fine. Lift off then.
Okay. And they start whisking you guys off towards it. You can continue your talking and planning and stuff as they...
If this is going to be a thing, I will use this time as a short rest.
Wise guy, I guess that would work. Yeah, that'd be fine.
I have some hit dice I want to roll.
As Connor peeks at the blindfold.
So the thing
I don't know how I'm so low on HP.
They don't know that you guys snuck in
up
there and did anything. All they know is that there was us two and we went in and talked and that was it, right? So there's no immediate threat to children in the pens. They don't know that you were all there. Because you weren't, right? And right now they're dealing with fires in the woods.
Yes, they technically should have never seen me. They might have seen the methods, but they wouldn't have seen me.
Well, to be fair, if I ever see a method, I don't assume that there's a wizard lurking about, so...
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I was just doing it for arcane recovery. Ugh.
Yeah. I honestly need, like, a long rest before I'm up to full, but...
Wait, are you, how weak are you?
He's down on cleric stuff.
I'm out of spells, out of lay on hands, out of
we'll go with
my divinity.
It's about midday for day 6, so you guys do know you have another day for this week, day and a half, before you guys are out of there.
What if we went to the Shroud and asked them for help too?
We flew for a while.
Yeah, we flew for a day. We could get there by nightfall if we left.
No. We flew for like an hour.
It was an hour.
Oh, okay.
I think it was.
And that was when they were
1 hour.
Well, that was when they were carrying people too. I imagine they're a lot faster if they don't have luggage.
But also, the Shroud refused to help last time.
Yes, that's the other thing.
The Shroud refused to help when it was a dispute on travel and like stuff like that. They didn't refuse to help when children were being mutilated.
All right. Well, Kurtz, I think we need to act sooner than later. And if you're worried about, being fully prepared, I have means to be able to help heal now, and I do have a greater healing potion.
It's not that I want to wait. It's not that I want to wait till I'm full. What I'm saying is that if we are going to assault this many people and we all die, then all of this was for nothing. Like, if we can't finish the job because either you can't cast spells or Finley can't cast spells or Urger can't do it or anything like that, if we have something that we're lacking, then that leads us in a crucial point to being fucked, essentially, and we all die. It doesn't matter if we die, probably. We'll come back. But the mission is toast, and everything we've done has been completely fruitless. All I'm saying is, it's not healing that I'm worried about. It's having every tool at our disposal available.
How many chicks did you see in there, by the way?
More than at least 2 times a dozen.
Who has the outlet right now?
Or,
Okay.
and how they're all the same size as the one here?
Football sized, yeah.
Give or take.
Comparable.
Yeah.
So it's either we need a lot of people to carry a couple, or one big thing to carry a lot, or something. Because what's the plan here? Are we gonna try to free them and kill the bad guy? You know, the deer cost guy, or
We do need to decide the priority in case we have to choose.
are we just gonna let the Aarakocra deal with this and just? I mean, at least we let that was our job, right? We were paid to find information.
That's true. If we get the earrings, they could be a useful tool. They could, possibly. Who knows?
Possibly. Alright. I don't know if this would work or anything, but this is a thing that's gone through my head. My bag of holding has the capability of holding objects inside. There is no air in there, however.
Shove
no
the
one can
babies in
breathe.
there.
However, it has a certain amount of circumference and width to it that it can open up for space.
I think I know where you're going with that. I'm not gonna let you shove the babies in there.
I'm thinking of making a somewhat sealed, very similar to a water skin, larger in size, like a tube snake, at the maximum-ish diameter for the bag. Get the birds in there, seal it on one end with enough oxygen that's already still been inside it, stuff and slide that down into the bag of holding, get out, and slide it out like a very long,
very
terrible
clever idea, and I applaud your creativity, but no. Yeah, I'm not gonna allow like living beings to go into a bag of holding. Good try, that was smart.
There's also the fact that they would be crushed.
No, the bag of holding has a large.
Well, if you're
extra-dimensional pocket space.
stuffing 4 dozen baby birds into a leather tube, like
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
that's not exactly
Well,
like.
Imagine the tube. The tube is like about 8 feet long.
I think. Say we're going to get to the Aarakocra. We send one of them off to the Shroud with this new development. See what their take on it is, and wait at least that long for that messenger to get back.
living wingless Aarakocra chicks are better than dead Aarakocra chicks.
They can at least reproduce. It's true.
Exactly. We might not save this generation, but at least we've cemented the next.
So here's my thing. All right, it's kind of a wild card here, but you know, if I was to turn into a ladybug again, it's going to make myself incapable to do anything else for 2 hours, as y'all know.
Yes.
But there is something I can do where there's certain size ladybugs that can carry very heavy loads. And there's 3 of them. So if there's any way that we could perhaps... You said there's about 2 dozen? Yeah? If we could bundle them up in like some sort of netting or anything. I mean, they're only football size, right? So you said they're about this big? They can't be that fucking heavy. How heavy is that one as you hold it?
It's probably not even a pound if it's a bird.
It's a bird, very light.
So, great.
Are
So,
you talking about number 8, Kyle?
Yeah, I can make 3 of these things, let alone probably one of them could carry all of them in one, let alone 8 per ladybug if I really wanted to.
Well, I do have the means to fabricate anything you might require that could be more suitable if you wanted to have a 3-cornered rope haul for them all to lift and have the birds in a net if you wanted. That's your call on it, Finley, I suppose.
And while he's doing that, the 3 of us hold off the lizardmen with the help of the Aarakocra, allow him to move them out, and then once that's done, we can focus on Durkov.
1 Aarakocra to con all the little ones to listen to them to get into a net. And my 3 ladybugs can take it from there.
Right now, the one thing I worry about, Finley, is you are in pupa form, and you control 3 larger creatures, correct?
I have 3 ladybugs, yep.
And how are the ladybugs going to get the birds into the net?
We need to have someone tell the birds to get in there, like another Aarakocra of their
babies.
Yeah, like a parent.
So we bust through the wall where you guys were at the nest.
Okay.
Get over to the island.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, Rin, and Urgra fend off the lizardmen with the help of the Aarakocra and hopefully the Shroud, maybe. I doubt it. While Finley and another Aarakocra gather the chicks, pick them up, and get the fuck out. As soon as that's done, we can either leave for 2 hours or immediately go and try to kill Durkov. Knowing Durkov,
He'll probably come to you.
he'll probably come to us, yes. He's not just going to let that slide. So...
You can try it. I mean, it's certainly fine. Give it a shot.
That sounds like a good
I like
option. But does everyone agree that we should wait for contacting the Shroud and see if they're willing to help before we move on? Or, Ren, I know you're the most anxious about time.
I'm just curious if he thinks that if Kurtz maybe perhaps gave him enough of a threat for him to try and maybe, enact some kind of quick...
Oh, he is not threatened by me whatsoever.
He
feels no sense of threat from me, I imagine.
Oh, well, all right. Well, then never mind. I thought that you typically did your own thing where you made things worse.
I threatened him, yes, but he's not that kind of person. It's like if you threatened me. I would accept that you have threatened me, and then I would just kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Not you in particular, any.
So side note, and I show my drawing of my plan. Here's kind of how it looks, right? There's the 3 ladybugs, and there's the Aarakocra that says, "Hey, go into the net," and they're chirping, right? Cheep, cheep, and then there you go. Easy peasy. Oh, I forgot to put the chirps on here. Chirp.
All right.
Forgot all the blood. Too.
I can try to fabricate a net with those loops for your ladybugs.
Well, I mean, we're going to see our village of Aarakocra. Maybe those who aren't preparing for war can just make one of those things for us.
Maybe we just get the women to get the fucking...
How long would it take for a woman to... Well, sorry, how long would it take for them to make a net like that?
How long would it take for a woman to make this, Sean?
There it is.
Faster than
Urker
Rin.
said it, so Urker said faster than Rin.
I didn't say shit.
Well, I gotta side with if I don't, Jackie will kill me.
Rin can make it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the Aarakocra might have some nets.
I
Yeah,
mean, if
that's
they
true,
do,
too.
that's great. But I mean, yeah, we can
Or
check
even
and
just
see what
blankets.
they have.
Anything that 3 ladybugs can hold a lot of birds in. That's
Yeah,
what we...
or maybe a bucket, like anything
Or
that
a-
we can put these chicks
Yeah,
in.
a large thing.
A basket, a large basket. I don't
basket.
fucking know.
Any
Pound
container, sure.
chest, mayhaps.
Yeah.
All right,
A 25-pound
family.
chest.
Perhaps if you could fit 24 little birds in there.
Sad,
Let's look on D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond, where you can find all your D&D 5e needs to see how much the 25-pound chest can actually
How
hold.
many
volumetric.
outlet chicks
It's a-
can
it's
fit
actually
in
a lot.
25-pound chest.
The 25-pound chest actually holds like
is it a pound of
200
bricks or pound of feathers is the question.
Listen,
Pound.
Wow. We're getting into that conversation. Oh God.
you know,
all right,
y'all
so are we
shit
up
on
there
the
yet?
25-pound
Did we
chest.
land? Did
I know
fucking
we should have
land yet?
waited.
Yeah, you can. I was just setting stuff up. Urga, where did you put your token on the lizard folk village?
Lizard folk, I thought I was... Well, which one? The front gate or the big one?
The big one.
The big one I may have started running across the bottom to get back to the...
Yeah,
I'm
bottom
that
left.
green token's hard to see on a lot of these maps.
Yeah, I'm not fine.
Not just with this.
Okay, I'll
Just
wait.
drag a new one on, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
12 cubic feet.
All right, but we are going to the Aarakocra.
So
okay.
I'd get 12 of them, I'd imagine. Either way, let's get something bigger.
Beep, 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 beep. There we go.
Oh, Aarakocra.
Okay, so your transportation will bring you straight towards Ark's section of it, and they will drop you off there. As the 4 of you kind of set down, Urga, you're carrying the owlet still. They will kind of... Oh, Ventus to challenge here. Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Hey.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. All right, so they will
Yeah.
kind of be circling around and kind of land you guys in there as they're kind of screeching and these loud bird avian noises are going to kind of be alerting them. And Kree will take to the skies, and as they drop you off, you'll see him kind of conversing with the Aarakocra as Ka and Ark are down there with the 4 of you as you all touch down.
So, good news and bad news.
What happened?
Urgra, the owlet.
I very gingerly hold it out.
and Ka will be the one that is standing next to you as you hold it out, and he'll bring it towards himself. I can't believe this, as he kind of flips it over and looks at the wings that were just completely just either ripped out or cut out from this little baby as he's kind of holding it, and he'll just be embracing it, but he'll look over towards Ark, not even saying anything, as Ark's face just turns more and more full of hate.
You know, Kree, in the beginning of this, we weren't exactly on board with your second-in-command's idea of war, but we have a plan.
And one of the females will kind of land and grab this little child, and will kind of rush him off around the corner, and she'll kind of like nod to you and take off. But Caldwell, look, Ark still hasn't said anything. He has his sword out, and he's kind of spinning it between his hands, like on the pommel and the tip of the blade. He's just kind of spinning it in his hands. Caldwell look towards the four of you. I don't understand how they hatched. They weren't supposed to hatch for so long.
Oh my god, they are birds. Birds with the size of brains, the size of a single little kernel of corn, understand that you need to keep eggs warm in order to hatch. You're putting them up in polar altitudes, and you're waiting for them to hatch, and you're disappointed that they're not.
Finley looks up from the drawing that he was doing, be like, oh shit, okay, well.
I'm gonna go stand next to Ark, just like...
That's been our tradition for generations.
Herker's flipping out.
How's that working out for you?
It worked out fine enough for them to survive as much as they did without knowing any better, but now that you've seen that below, when warm, humid climates are presented to your young, they're able to hatch much more quickly. This is something you could take to your advantage in the future, but right now, Ergra, maybe we should think about the present problem.
Ark will take the sword he has in his hand. He's going to chuck it at the tree. It's just going to rotate a full time and just stick straight into the tree and the bark, right in the center part where he's been carving. It just kind of breaks apart.
Tell me the details. What all has happened here? Start from the beginning. I need to know everything.
As you can see, Kree kind of flying from each of the four to kind of get their stories up ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Finley and I tell our half of the story.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming Ren and Erger tell their half.
Oh yes, all the details we saw and our attempts.
So one of our plans here is to just straight up go in with a distraction of sorts and get your younglings out of there as quickly as possible. We do have a plan, and I show him my drawing. Get my drawing back out. See, right here, okay, that's I can actually do this. Oh, do you have any nets or anything that could hold, gosh, they have about 20 or so of your young, anything, like a net or a basket.
And you're going to see Ark collapse to his knees, and his wings that were kind of held up, tucked behind his back, are just gonna kind of go limp, and he's gonna bury his hands into his face.
Ark's the soldier guy, right?
Ark is the leader.
Druid.
Who's the soldier guy?
That is Kree. Kree is right now flying up to with all the ones that are up there. And so
Ark.
Go ahead.
Maybe not the time in front of your people to show this kind of.
What have I done? You can hear him say through his hands as they're holding his face. This is all my fault.
In fairness, not all of it. But you do have a chance to fix this. It's a very quickly dwindling chance to fix this. And actions need to be taken as fast as possible and as well thought out as possible.
and you'll see.
You.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you do not have the numbers to fight them head on. But with our help, I am confident that we can at least save the lives of your brood.
And perhaps move your island on to somewhere else that there aren't
Maybe
lizard people.
Maybe land the island.
They don't control the island.
Maybe get off the island.
It's a very secure place for them to live. It only just happened to float nearby here.
I would just say get out of this area, you know? Just find a way to do that. That'd be great.
They
First
haven't had a
things first.
problem until it just floated nearby. It usually works just fine for them.
Well, they also don't hatch their eggs for like 10 years. 'Cause it's so
They
goddamn
didn't
cold.
know any better. Don't expect them to be geniuses.
Thanks,
Ren,
Ren.
are you just gonna be snarky, or are you gonna add to this conversation?
Well, I'm just waiting for someone to at least verify that they have a net.
Yes, they have. They have nets.
So back to the original question.
But Kree's
Do you
gonna
have
come.
a net?
Kree's gonna. Yeah. Yes. Kree is gonna come flying down, and he's gonna land, and you can just see he's infuriated, and he's actually gonna walk straight up to Ark, and he's going to say, "If you had just listened to me from the very beginning, we could have perhaps saved our children far before this. Look at you, on the ground. Pathetic." And he'll look over to Ka. "I challenge the leadership of Ark.
No shit.
How he has led our people has endangered everyone."
You're endangering your people right now with your brashness.
Yeah, to be honest, Kree, we don't really have time for all this. Your children are in danger. And your leader was doing what he thought was right to not escalate to bloodshed and war. That's what leaders do, not to always jump right into the shit of it. Now is the time to be pissed off. Sure. Perhaps before not letting your children be abducted because no one's around to defend them. Sure, but, you know, that's fine. We're already past that. You need to take that anger out on some lizards, not your leader.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it at that.
And Ka will raise his hand, and it not trying to be rude, but he'll kind of like try to cut you off. "There are many traditions that we have that may seem absurd to you, but once a challenge has been declared, it has to take place." And he will walk over to Ark, and he'll actually take the vestments that are hanging around his neck, and he's going to take them off, and he's going to walk over to the tree that has his sword stuck into it, and he's actually going to hang it over there. And you'll see all of the Aarakocra, the males, females, all of them are just going to be kind of swarming over this central perch that is up there. Just dozens of them are just going to be flying around, except for the one, the female that has the owlet over there. And as the vestments are taken off of Ark's neck and hung onto the tree, you see his head just hang even further, and Kree will be walking up to him. "Stand to your feet! I have declared I'm challenging you! We must fight to the death as the way of our people!"
You're all gonna die.
And Ark just stays kneeling, and he kind of slowly starts to tuck in his wings up towards him, but Kree is going to take his talon, claw, his foot, and he's going to shove it through the wing that Ark is trying to pull up. "I said, stand and fight, or relinquish command to me." And Ka will just kind of stand back and fold his arms, while everyone that's kind of, we're all kind of soaring kind of in circles all around, but all kind of go to like hover state as they're all just kind of flying and watching what is going on. Ark will stand to his feet and position his body towards Kree. But he's not looking him in the eye. Is there anything anybody would like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my sword out and just bury it between them and just scream out, "Enough!" You have at your disposal Urgra Dropper, one of the best bowmen, women, whatever you want to call it, in the world. You have Finley Shenanigans, Bard Extraordinaire, and one of the most powerful sorcerers I've ever seen. You have Rin Enaran, a mage trained by the Revenant, who has lived for a quarter of a millennia perfecting his craft. And you have myself, Kurtz Glaskin, the Hyena of the West, leader of the Legions, and a insanely angry person when I get my riled. With us, you can save your generation. If you two want to kill each other, go right ahead, but do it after we save your children. This is pathetic. You would sit here and let your children be taken and try to be diplomatic. That I understand, but it was foolish. You would lead everyone here to their deaths in a futile, if brave, suicide assault on a number that far exceeds your own. Both of you, shut up, calm down, and listen to our plan, or we will leave. We have fulfilled our bargain.
As he's doing all that, I'm going to presentation like this black cloud around Kurtz as he says one person to the next to the next.
Okay.
It's just going to emanate and smoke a little bit bigger and bigger as he's going.
Amazing.
And at the end, I'm going to use that presentation to inspire him as it just continues to grow and like kind of like coalesces around the front of him and everything. So
All right.
I'm going to give you an inspiration via presentation.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check, Kurtz.
Can I have advantage because of Heart of Darkness?
I think, yeah.
No, they may, yeah.
Yeah, with everything going on, yes.
Neat. I'm going to need it.
Dig it.
No.
Be amazing. Be amazing.
Oh.
An 18?
And
The
I'll add the D8. 22.
22.
Good roll. Good roll.
All
So
right.
that's about as good as you're going to get from me.
Sure. All right. So with everything, the clouds going on and everything, Ark will kind of turn his head towards you, but again, he's not making eye contact, even with Kurtz. I think Kree is right. The words that you speak here, I don't think I should challenge you, Kree. Take it. It's yours. And he will walk over to the edge and lean over and fall. And just gone. You could just see him just disappearing as his silhouette just gets smaller and smaller as it's just plummeting towards the ground.
I run to the fucking edge and look down. Is he like...
I run down with him just to look.
Yeah, he's just body just diving straight down.
Fuck.
Well, that's
Rin,
different.
how far range Feather
Oh, he's out of range right now.
God
Well, that
damn it.
was certainly unexpected. All right.
I was going to jump after him, but...
So Chieftain Kree.
Moving on.
Well done, Urgra. Well done. I like that.
We
And
expect
as-
that given
Keep
the new
going.
developments, there is a strong chance that the Tabaxi will actually come to your aid if you give them time. What say you?
Oh, channel tier. Thank you.
I love it. Yep. Just all right.
Cheat.
Done.
Chieftain Kree. I think it's about time. And he'll get to you in just a second, but first he will turn to Ka, and Ka will grab the vestments that are hanging on the sword that is pierced into the tree, and he will go and hang it around Kree's neck. And you'll see him kind of erect his wings straight out to full capacity, just holding them out. And then he will do this ear-piercing eagle hawk screech, just kind of go across, and you'll hear all of the birds that are flying in the air, they're all going to start screeching and cawing, and it's just going to just be all of this noise as they all start flying around like crazy, just darting back and forth all over you guys. So you just see birds just dashing all around. And Ka will take a knee, and he will bow, and all of the birds will land in complete silence, just all over the platforms everywhere. And he will turn to all of his people, who all, as they land, they all take a knee. And he will turn towards you, Urgra, while everyone is bowing. You say you can get us help.
It's possible. I don't think that missing eggs are the same as mutilated children. That provokes a very strong image.
Ark's complacency gave me time to begin preparing our troops, but we need just a little longer as well.
How long do you need?
We can be ready at first light in the morning. Is that enough time for you to do what you need to do? And at this point, Ka will step forward, and with all due respect, Kree, I don't think that this is our own people's problem. Perhaps we should not require them to do this.
Your own people didn't really handle this very well.
Kree will look over at Ka. Today is a new day. Many rules are going to change. Give them what they've earned. And Ka will look down to his little necklace, and he will open it up, and he will actually extend out the relics that you guys were waiting for.
Hey, sweet.
The
who
peacock
wants them?
earrings, yeah,
and the
I
was
guess
it armor or something.
I guess Rin will take the earrings because everyone else is attuned to one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I think that was all we agreed on was the earrings, because we said
How much we got the chicks
The other one
back?
was a favor.
Well, we brought one
Oh
back.
yeah, we did a favor.
We
He
did
said.
bring one of the babies back. Most of it. Most of it.
The favor was if we got all of them back, but the armor
We're gonna
or
see.
whatever was
I don't remember
just for
the
coming back or something.
I think we
I
chose
know.
a favor over the armor.
Yeah.
I'll take
yeah,
the
that's what it
peacock
was. Yep, you're right.
earrings.
Okay, Rin, can you check your notes? Look under quantum items and translate books and see if it's
Nice.
in there. It should be viewable by you.
All right.
So, Chieftain Curry, to continue the conversation, and I will show him my drawing.
Okay.
So, I have the magic to be able to pull your younglings out of there, but I need something to put them in, and I need someone to tell them to get in the net. Because they're little, and I don't think they're going to listen to anyone but you folk. So, if we can get some sort of distraction to get us down there, I can get them out. But I need a little bit of diversion, and someone to get them in the net. And I also need a net.
How big of a net do you require?
I look over at Urgra and Rin. How many did you say there were again?
I don't think we ever.
know.
We
I mean,
never really
enough
got
to
a
hold
number.
all your younglings.
Yeah, you know how
Chieftain.
many eggs there were.
Yeah, how many eggs did you lose?
20,
Like, fuck.
2 dozen there?
A couple
something?
dozen, yeah.
Enough to fit all your little ones in.
Done.
How fast can we get to one of those? Or a basket? Or a bucket?
We have time.
Yeah, they'll have anything else, that they have that you guys need will be ready when their whole, platoon, whatever you want to call it, is going to be assembled.
The only thing I'd say is that time is kind of the essence here. I mean, we do have a bit of a distraction going already. If you just take a wee bit lead over, and I guess you should still see smoke burning, right? Maybe?
Possibly. It's been a while. They may have put it out.
I don't think they're going to be able to put that wall out.
Yeah, they'll
Put
be
out a
ready.
forest
They'll be
fire?
ready at first light, and you guys are welcome to stay and prepare, or you can leave and do whatever Urgra was saying.
Bree, I will say this. We can get your younglings out of there at the same time in your distraction. If you're able, or we're able, to take out their chieftain, I mean, you can see how quickly a whole tribal feel can change. I don't know if perhaps their whole civilization is all for mutilating your young. So we could get a win-win out of this if we could at least maybe take him out. Their second in command, Itch, would be, I guess, the next one, and he didn't seem much of a baby mutilator, if that makes sense.
He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think
He's also a very meek person. We did watch him get his face stamped into the mud.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I don't think you'd have any more problems from him if we could take out the big one.
And probably the caster with the staff we saw.
Oh, he's dying just for funsies.
He will signal to all of his people to prepare, and you'll see them all get up off their knees, and all of them will be kind of just taking off.
Try out your new emotes.
Connor
Are we
just
not gonna talk
subscribed.
Oh, Connor.
Was that gift? Oh, it was gifted. It's Ventus
Ventus.
gift.
Thanks, Vin.
He said, "Damn it, Connor."
Are we not going to talk about the guy who just threw himself into the abyss? By the way.
Maybe some other time. I mean,
Okay.
right now,
Yeah, that's
moving
that's,
on.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, I turn to the three of you. Who wants to go talk to the Shroud? I think Finley would be the best
Either you or
option.
Finley, because you have a stone.
Yeah. That's correct. I have reasons to stay here.
I thought the Aarakocra were going.
Well, the Aarakocra were not able.
But the
I would
situation's
feel-
changed.
I think that Finley would be very good at convincing them.
Sure, whatever. I'm not doing anything else.
A quick question, by the way,
If
DM.
we're waiting till tomorrow.
Yes.
After, quote, attuning to the items, do I know their properties without having
Nope.
to do the first cast?
You won't know. No.
All right, okay. So I will pretend I don't know what it does.
Oh, did I not put that in the GM?
Nope, I read it all.
All right. Well, Brain doesn't
Couldn't
know.
help yourself, could you? Couldn't
I couldn't.
minimize the window.
It's okay.
I was like, oh, maybe he changed the rules.
Ren or AJ?
Just
No,
for
it's-
you.
It's okay. Yeah. So just don't meta the knowledge towards.
No, yeah, I have no idea. No.
Okay. Usually put it in GM. Put the bit. Forgot to double check that.
Okay.
All right.
Ven also got me an inspiration point.
Oh, did he?
Hey.
Sweet.
Oh, perfect.
Ventus.
Well, if they can form the net themselves, I won't need to fabricate it. If they
can-
apparently want a day to do this, then I suppose.
Well, it's not just that. It's everything else to prepare for full-on war. I mean, Dylan can vouch. It takes more than just 30 seconds to get ready for war.
Can't just say, we gotta go kill these guys. I was like, okay.
But yeah, they can be ready by first light. But what else is the plan? Like, what all are you guys wanting to do?
Can lizard men... I wouldn't know. Never mind. They might know. Can lizard men see in the dark? Bird people?
Yes, I believe they both can.
Is it like thermal or is it like...
No, it'd be
Cats.
like dark vision. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we could light more fires to throw off there.
It would be. I was thinking that maybe we could sabotage some of their siege weapons.
Ooh, no. I have fog cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Will that be good for tomorrow? Well, you'll have it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, hold on. Let me check.
It has a 120-foot range and a 20-foot radius. Off the top of my head, I could be wrong.
Yeah, so 20-foot sphere. 20-foot radius sphere, so 40-foot diameter sphere, which would cover that whole little...
One island.
We could either use that to cover our like breaching point into the wall, because we're most worried about their like surface to air weaponry, or we could just pop it in the sky at our entry point to sort of hide our numbers,
Kurtz,
especially if we're doing it.
Yeah, you would have heard the whole recap when they give, so everyone's caught up on what everything happened with everybody. It would seem logical with your soldiering background that spot that they heard and they responded, like they heard something was going on, probably is not going to be a vulnerable spot anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like they would, logically, they would fortify it.
Oh, where the chicks were, you mean?
Yeah, that weak point that you guys were first utilizing is probably not going to be a weak point anymore.
Oh, we
You
didn't
don't
even
know-
attack it, though.
But you drew attention to it, and they were going towards it. Like, they are now... You don't know for sure, but that'd be logical.
Yeah, we also did
We're approaching the sky anyway.
Yeah, I did say I was going to kill everyone there, too. So they might be like, oh, shit, he's going to kill everyone here. Let's look at the wall.
Yep.
But the front entrance could be burned to cinders
fucked.
by now. So we could just go through the switchbacks. But that's a fucked way of approaching.
Yeah, that's tactically very unsound.
Fatal funnel all day.
And they have spears, and trust me, they hurt.
And we're not trying to attack from the air with birds.
All right. In any case, I think we need to contact the Shroud as quickly as possible. So who's going?
All right, I guess I'm going. I just need a transport to get there.
Does anyone want to go with him?
I'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? I'm just flying there and talking and then coming back, right? Should be fine.
Rin, do you want to go with Finley? Just so we can have both sides of the story of what we both saw.
I suppose I could if you feel you're right here. Yes, I can help Finley.
I will help the Arakoka prepare for the siege.
Okay.
All right. Finley, whenever you're ready, I guess.
Chieftain Cree, we would need some sort of help to get back to the Shroud if we're going to go try to ask for their aid at first light tomorrow. Can we have some of your people take myself and Rin as we were brought here once before?
Absolutely, we're at your disposal.
Fantastic.
I'm glad that he's less of an asshole now that he's in charge.
Right. So, if we could, we'd really like to get going right now, and that'd be great.
Okay, yeah. So he'll signal two of them, and we'll grab Finley and Rin.
Yeehaw!
And
Here we go again.
they will take you guys wherever you need to go. So you guys are going to see them just grab onto them and just take to the air and just dive off. You see their bodies just kind of...
Okay, bye!
All right, so you two are heading off. We'll go to... got Kurtz and Urgra here. What are you guys wanting to do?
Go ahead.
Go. Oh. I'm not doing anything. I'm just helping them with Kurtz's background as a leader of soldiers in, like, preparing and inspecting their armor and arms and saying, like, no, they don't have this. You can get rid of that for weight, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
If Urgra has a chance, she will try to speak to Kree by himself.
Yeah, absolutely. We can make that happen.
Right.
So, yeah, just waiting long enough. Ka will go over to Kree and he'll say, I will instruct our people. They have until first light when we head out to mourn Ark. But from then, the name is never to be spoken of again. And he will just nod. And Ka will take his leave and start to head off, which you two would have heard all that. And it'll just be Kree on there. And you'll see him turn towards the spiraling wood of this tree that now has this big chunk of bark that is just bursted out of from the sword. And he'll pull the sword out from the tree. And he'll just be taking a moment to look at it, which will give you an opening to speak to him.
I approach. So, are you going to be the type of leader that fights in the front lines or stays behind?
Although I was the one voicing for us to attack, I do care about the safety of our people. And although we are willing to die for our children, that is not something I want to happen. And he will turn towards the two of you. Any advice that you have, I will listen. And he will sit on this wooden bench that's there, and he'll take the sword and he'll kind of lightly set it into the little thatching that's all over the ground.
What is your advice?
Well, we've already told you our plan. We've had some time to think about it, and it's the best we could come up with. It'll obviously change if we get the allies from the Tabaxi. And I think it's just me and him at this point. Kurtz went off. But
Sure.
What's important, I find, before a rather eventful day that you know is coming is a good night's sleep the night before. Now, you were expecting some kind of fight with your previous leader. That didn't exactly happen. And I know we have a bit of a score ourselves. So if you like, we could have a spar tonight. Tire ourselves out, nothing fatal or anything.
You wish to spar with me?
I mean, I admit that I got a lucky shot.
And trust me, my dear friend, it will not happen again. I can assure you of that.
Oh, luck can be very unpredictable.
I am willing to do this, but maybe the timing is best after the assault.
Well, I'm afraid after tomorrow we're going to be very busy. But maybe sometime in the future. I was just saying tonight so you could actually, I mean, I'm sure you have a lot on your mind and sleep will not come easily. But if you don't want to, it's entirely up to you.
In the future, perhaps. I think tonight needs to be dedicated to preparing physically and mentally both. What is it about us that makes you so turned off? Since the first time we've met, I've seen many issues and problems, and I know our ways of life are drastically different.
Not as different as you might expect. Are you aware of the sort of branching humanoids called Kenku?
Yes, I am aware of them.
Are you aware that they were cursed to not be able to fly, to be cursed to not be creative, to be cursed to not have a voice of their own?
Ka knows more about it than I do, with him being the shaman. But I do know that we do have a common ancestry, for sure. But we take great pride on our flight and our ability to speak. We don't think of them as brothers, more of long-lost cousins, and have disassociated.
Oh, I'm aware. So, as you said, before they were cursed, Kenku were very much like Aarakocra.
They were Aarakocra.
And so, having been taken in by that Kenku, and then seeing, well, mostly you are very proud of what you are, and you have much to be proud of. But seeing you just flaunt it, even after your entire tribe made such a horrible blunder, is very distasteful to me. You have a lot to be proud about, but you have a lot of things that show you are far from perfect. And I would hope that in you going forward as a leader for yourself, you remember that there is a lot to be earned with humility. And from my personal experience as a leader, the first leader of the group is that you are essentially the servant. Your thoughts no longer belong to you. They belong to even the weakest, most helpless member of your flock. You are their guide. You are their protector. You, as Kree, no longer really exist. That's how I view it, but again, I don't know all of your traditions and faiths.
That's pretty good, actually. I'm writing some down real quick so I don't forget. These words you speak. There's much wisdom. And I will spend tonight thinking about it. Thank you for everything you've done, and if any of you want to change your mind with following through this, none of our people will hold that against you. But if this is something that you are willing to aid us in, I would be more than grateful for your help.
Even though the deal was made with your previous leader, hopefully your friendship can perhaps be repaid sometime in the future.
Well, the debt was paid for the first part, but if you would aid us in retrieving our children, we will be in your debt.
I don't like to keep score. I just prefer the term allies or even friends.
Friends, and he will extend his arm out to you.
And Nurgle will go ahead and reach out and do the forearm grab with him.
Okay?
She won't squeeze too hard.
Sure, of course. Well, I have much to do, but
Yeah, I'm sure I can find somewhere to help around here. And just turns around and walks across a bridge somewhere to probably go to the women, actually.
okay.
Be as helpful as she can.
I did have a thing I wanted to do, Sean. 2 things, actually.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
I
What's
want
your-
to find
what's
Finley
you
a
wanna do?
weapon, because he doesn't have any.
Okay.
Like, any short sword, anything that he can use, since he just has a dagger. Or he has a scimitar, but if I could find, like, a rapier, possibly?
Let's drag Kyle into this.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all a bard could use is a rapier.
The rapier is a really good weapon.
You're good. You're good with anything finesse, right?
No.
No.
He's
What's
good with simple weapons, rapiers, I think.
I think
That's
it's simple
about it.
weapons and rapier.
Because he
And
can't use short
longsword.
swords. He can't use short swords.
No short swords,
Oh.
no scimitars.
so
A rapier.
a rapier? Yeah. We can get you a really cool one, actually, if you want. Most of the weaponry of the bird folk are going to be very long ones. They like the extra reach, with flying and, having the range. So it's gonna-
Brands.
but we can get you a really fancy rapier if you like.
Yeah. If I could get him one of those,
Sure.
and then once I get that, I'm gonna find whatever religious place they have and meditate for a while. And I've done this quite a few times during this campaign. I'm gonna try and bless it. But now I have the stone and I'm an actual cleric.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spend pretty much any free time I have before bedding down for the night, or in case we have to do another meeting, sort of meditating and praying over it. I'll even try and contact Tavaria telepathically. Probably won't do anything, but I'm gonna try and bless this as a storm cleric.
Okay. This is not a quote-unquote holy place, but you can still try it here if you
Or
like.
sacred place or
Yeah.
something like that. Wherever they feel close to the goddesses.
That would be on another section of the floating area. So this was the central part. But
I'll make my way there.
yeah, it will. They have to be flown over, which is not a problem. But yeah, they can bring you over there. Give me a. Do you remember what kind of checks we did last time you tried it?
I think it was just a religion
Okay.
check.
Okay.
I can do either religion or arcana.
We can go with religion, and go ahead and roll a percentile die also.
You know what's funny? My arcana's higher than my religion.
Okay.
So that's 87 on the percentile. And big money, no whammy. Hey!
Wow.
Wow.
High numbers.
All right, you got over 100. All right, so the sword is going to look almost like a needle. There's going to be no hilt portion to the rapier. But after you spend some time praying on it, you will start to see, Kurtz, that the blade looks like the colors in it are slowly starting to like the actual needle point of it goes from just the regular metal to looking like it has a little bit of coloration that is kind of flickering across it, and it seems different. It seems to have some kind of essence to it.
And before I finish up, I'll sort of just kneel and hold it up and just sort of whisper in Celestial with my little stone floating about like it does.
Okay.
In your name, Carvalia, we fight.
Awesome. Okay. So you can see, yeah, the little bit of coloration, like just a series of rainbow colors, very, very faintly. It's kind of dancing up and down this very thin rapier blade.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm really surprised that worked.
Okay.
Woohoo!
It did.
All right. So Finley is not here, so we will have to wait to find out about that. Okay. What else does anybody else want to do?
We gotta talk to the Tabaxi.
Okay.
While we're flying, I guess I will start thinking. I mean, this is common enough, I suppose. When we've been through the Dragon Inn, we've been to other places. We know in general, like, do most people keep the lights by oil lamps, candles? What's the favored thing?
During the festival, yeah, the windows would definitely be the norm. Many people like to watch the lights. They're up in the sky at nighttime, so it would not be uncommon for them to set it by the windows and looking out at night. Outside of the festival time, you're talking about rephrase your question.
I'm just curious. What's the preferential form of light? Do people light candles or do they use oil lamps?
Oh, I thought you meant where they put them.
No,
both.
no. I mean
Both.
if I wanted to buy oil, could I get oil?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an abundant resource, or is it a?
No, it's abundant. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just curious on that one.
Okay.
Kitty.
Sorry, I was reading something.
No.
Yeah, I misheard it. Okay.
All right. Finley.
So yeah, while we're flying, I know it takes 10 minutes to cast this, but I can cast it a mile away. Are we flying fast enough that I wouldn't be able to do clairvoyance over the lizard town?
Oh.
It's just math in terms of if I start cast, it takes 10 minutes to cast. If we start flying for 10 minutes, am I going to be outside a mile reach to be able to cast it over the town?
Yeah, you'd be too far away.
You can always ask to hover for a bit.
That's fine.
No.
They can maybe make a detour on the way back.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Finley, you don't mind if I do some shopping prior to our return, since we have the morning to wait for?
That's fine. Can we go talk to the people first, or do you want to?
Oh, no, absolutely. I was just wondering if you'd be all right to stick around for that.
That's fine. I don't have any coin to do anything with, so.
Is that all right with
you?
you?
Only if you agree to buy me something.
What do you need?
I don't know. I'll know it when I see it.
As long as it's not too expensive.
All right, that's a fair deal.
And are you all right with waiting for us? I gesture to the bird above.
Say again.
Using the message spell so you can't miss it. Are you all right with waiting for us?
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Didn't want you to feel like you deposit us and then fly away.
No. Yeah, they're at your disposal. Yeah, they're there to bring you back up too as well.
Splendid.
Okay. All right. I think this is a really good spot to stop, and when we come back next week, we will pick this up and figure out what they're going to be doing with the Tabaxi, and then head back towards the lizard folk for some war. I hope everybody has had a lot of fun at the end of our stream. We like to turn to you guys in the chat. So, questions. What do you guys got? Hit us up with anything you want. It could be about their characters. It could be about today's episode. It could be about them as players. It could be to me or questions about the world of the game. We're really glad everybody made it out. Let's do a raffle as well.
Hey.
There you go.
And you guys go ahead and be monitoring the chat and go ahead and be answering those while I go ahead and get that. For the raffle, we're going to be giving away 300 table tokens. And with the table tokens, you use them in the mini games in the chat. But then every quarter, when we reset, the top 40 get a VIP badge. To enter, it is free. It is ! raffle. And subscribers get 2 tickets to enter in there as well.
So first of all, thanks everyone for hanging out, watching, and chatting and interacting. Always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Big props to Tibbs, just rocking a blindfold all season.
Connor, did you enjoy struggling to see your character sheet, as Ventus asks?
Yeah. So what this thing is, it's actually some just pretty thin jersey. So when it's close to your eyes, you can see through it if you're looking at a light source. But the thing is that because it's black, it just blends in perfectly with black text, which is for D&D, for Roll20. That's what text is colored. So maybe if I can figure out a way to turn it to like blue or something, I could do something. But I think for combat, I will definitely have to take it off. But I mean, for just like this stuff, I'm fine with it.
You need that like mesh thing for Halloween where it's like the black face.
Yeah, it's more
We don't do that on Twitch, AJ. We don't say those words.
Jackie, how did it feel wearing the blindfold the whole time? I mean, I hope I'm expressive enough because I know like a lot of the face is the eyes and stuff, and so I mean, Urgra is not the most emotive of characters that I do, so it kind of works in that way. But I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying it. I think I enjoyed it. My eyelashes kind of get stuck and my eyes get dry, but it's worth it. It's art.
Mm-hmm. Will the fire be gone by the time we get back and begin the attack? That's another question.
Probably.
Baker wins!
We made a big old fire.
Nice.
Yeah, I spent at least a minute doing Produce Flame on that wall, which was made of wood. So that thing should at least be engulfed. But it is a rainforest.
Swamp.
A swamp. I mean,
I threw a lantern.
You did you threw a magical lantern with holy fire, so maybe that even burns better. I should have done Sacred Flame. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I had a Rin moment. I just wanted to throw fire at
stuff. Throw fire at something.
Something needed to burn.
If you had a Rin moment, you'd be missing.
It's a
Into
big
the
wall.
woods.
It's a
Into the
wall.
woods.
The wall.
Into the
literally-
ground.
Doesn't matter. You'd miss the wall.
Finley, hit the outlet. Gosh dang it.
Amazing.
It's a wall.
I go to throw. It just flips backwards and slams Finley in the face.
Oh, yeah, that's how it goes.
Oh, we
that
got
way.
we got the outlet back, but unfortunately they killed it before.
It's all burnt.
Wouldn't be the
chicken
first.
now.
Wouldn't be the first child I murdered
That's fair.
on stream.
Well,
Oops.
that's going to be it for us for tonight. I hope everybody had a great time. I really enjoyed tonight's
Always.
game. We play every Tuesday. This is Season 1 of Horsemen of the Apocalypse, 6:30 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday. Tomorrow night, every Wednesday, we have Season 2. It's the same story, or same plot, same world, but different players playing different characters. Sundays, we have Ages Past with AJ, who runs that game, and two of the players here are also over there, as well as a couple other players. On Saturday evenings, we have Magic the Gathering with Dayspoon. So if you guys are into the card game Magic, that's a lot of fun. Whether you are new to the game or played it for a long time, he does a lot of fun builds and talks about different things. And John, Chubby Kobold from Season 2, is trying to get to where he's going to be joining him pretty regularly. And I know AJ's jumped on there sometimes to play with him as well. So it's a lot of fun. You guys check that out. Coming very soon, I don't know when, but hopefully really soon, we're going to start up the world building, which is going to be on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. So with that, what that's going to be, there's a lot more details in the Discord, which you guys should join if you haven't yet. We are building a whole system from scratch. So it's going to be sci-fi mixed with fantasy, and we're going to be building our own system from scratch as well. So we have some developers who've been coming along and helping brainstorm some concepts, but we got enough concepts hammered down where we're almost ready to start streaming it. So if you guys want to come along for that process, it's going to be a lot of fun. That'll eventually come to the channel down the road. But it's going to be a lot of work. So
We also have Guild Games, which Ventus asked if there's any progress. Guild Games are ready to go. We just need enough Tier 3 subscribers who show interest, and we will be running Guild Games, which is essentially where we poll viewers from all of our games, all of our shows, and we put you into a one-shot world where one of us, at the moment, I think it's primarily going to be either me or Kyle, essentially run one shot for you guys with NPCs and characters from the HotA games. It's not going to be precisely canon, but there are things you can do within the games to even help out us in game with our guild hall, which I'm not sure if we've announced yet.
Go for it.
But yeah, so essentially we've been working on a guild hall, which is going to be essentially a convergence point within HotA Season 1 and I think 2 as well, Sean.
And maybe Ages Past is going to be dependent on AJ.
Oh no, yeah, but it's it'll be at the Greyfall Keep.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're essentially building a guild hall where your NPCs can act with our characters in game. So say the estate that Kurtz has said he's building is the guild hall in the HotA Season 1 world. So if you build a character with your Tier 3 subscription, which you can actually build a character, I think, just if you cheer any amount of bits.
Yep.
Correct, Sean?
Yep.
Right. So if your character is built, you might see your character show up in the stream with us interacting with them. There's also perks you can get through cheering bits and subscribing and all this other stuff. There's a lot in there. So if you're interested, it is a Tier 3 subscription to play in the games, but it is only a cheering of any amount of bits. It could be 1 bit, and you can build your character and have it still in the world.
Awesome. And one final announcement. I think some of you guys have heard it. Maybe some of you haven't. Rise of Unity. So Spaz, the lead developer, has been helping me build this world for years and years. We had a great idea. So Spaz is he's currently building a world that's going to take 2,000 years in this world, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse world in Candoria, 2,000 years in the past, and going to be looking at the original head priestesses and the start of all of that. And we might be expanding that out to a series of looking at all of them. So a lot of fun stuff coming for that. Seriously, you guys should join the Discord if you haven't. If you are new to the channel, please give us a follow. Helps us out. Click the bell. Notify when we go live. But that's it for us for tonight. We've been trying to do some raids after we end streaming. So if you guys want to do that, let's just do that real quick. We'll dump everybody
Yeah.
off, and we will
Dump everyone in a thingy.
So let's try to. If you guys find one before I do, we ask everybody please come with us. You don't have to hang out for a long time. You don't have to follow them if you don't like them. But it's kind of fun to just bomb a channel that's got hardly any viewers. So.
Oh, we also passed what 26,000 views on the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So that's a thing we did. Thanks
alright.
everyone.
I think I found one. All right, let's go rate them.
What's it called?
It is Nerd Immersion.
I think I've heard of that one before, actually.
All right, let's try it out. All right, so let's go /raid and spam the chat when we get there, guys.
Yeehaw!
All right, thanks for joining us, and we will catch you guys next week or tomorrow,
Adios.
whenever we see you next.